as the production goes on and start shipping units. So we're really looking at this summer being the time where it all comes together. So
awesome.
we're very eager to get them out in the world.
Absolutely, and I think they're like the microphones themselves are amazing. So I can't wait to see how these look in the wild when people start using them.
Yeah, like I think it's great. Like it's so great seeing everyone, use Beacon Mic and people. I mean, you guys using it like using 3 or 4 at once. It's so great. But we know like so many of our customers, it's like there's a time when you want that convenience of the mic to follow your head and to be where you are. And the interesting thing is, we always talk about this thing, like any mic you use, it doesn't matter how great the mic is or not, you use processing to get kind of that broadcast quality. That's just the reality. And the type of microphone that needs the most amount of processing is a headset mic. That's how it is in productions, on big stages and things like that. So in a way, it's you need it even more. Like we're really feel great about the mic we've chosen, but it needs processing to get that great sound. And that's what a lot of people miss on headsets. It's just you're not processing it in real time.
Out of the box, you get what you get.
That's you don't get upset.
But and you don't get upset. I think one of
that's the problem.
One of the interesting things though is that like even the out of the box, I actually think this is maybe one of our first products that we've really put a lot of thought into what that out of the box experience was.
Yeah.
So like if you did just take it out, and I mean yours is tuned. Mine actually, I've been very lazy about not tuning it. So like if you just put it on, it would be like more or less the out of the box experience.
Right.
And that's what actually you guys experienced the other day when you got to check it out.
Yeah, still fantastic.
Oh man, and it bumps too.
It does. It certainly does.
Yeah, like and it's interesting because we've really taken the process on both sides of the chain, right? Here, the processing for the mic. We also have the processing for the headphones. So, Beacon Mic does have 3 bands of EQ currently and a subwoofer algorithm. We get a subwoofer algorithm that's tuned to the exact headsets that we have. Because we know the headphone. And you get 10 bands of parametric EQ that you can adjust per side.
Wow.
And that introduces a new feature where you can customize the headphone sound for you. So like all the research kind of says there is no like one headphone sound that's like everyone prefers. Everyone has something slightly different. And so you can tune that with headphone. You can actually do a hearing test. It doesn't give you like a medical test.
Not a real medical test.
I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a real doctor.
Well, how many times can we say that disclaimer? But it builds an EQ that lets you control to compensate for your hearing. And then you can then add more filters on top of that to get the sound that you want. And that's memorized in the headphones. So whether you're taking it away and using it with your PlayStation or Xbox or anything like that, you still get that sound.
I think that is something that people need to remember with Beacon is that it is saved on here. So we'll all set up. We'll come to this podcast studio. We don't have to touch anything.
No.
It's all saved. Same thing. You take it on from your computer to your PlayStation. It's going to be the same settings.
Yeah.
Like, that's huge.
Yeah. It's funny because it's like, in a way, you don't want people to think about it. But the reality is, we've all used computers. If we're streaming, we've all like run out of CPU, or we're trying to manage all this stuff, right? And so that just anything you can do that kind of pushes the problem away from the computer, if you will.
Yeah.
And then the other one is the whole latency thing, right? Like you want to be able to monitor in real time. And it's a problem with a lot of headsets out there. They'll have certain features that they market, but the processing is actually in the application.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you can't monitor that result. So you don't even know if that's sounding okay or not because you can't hear it. We're hearing processing on your.
Also, should mention you're using these wirelessly at the moment.
Yeah.
So this is the wireless setup, and I believe you're monitoring your voice in real time right now, right? You have it on
now, so I can hear, and there's no latency with that. I hear the processing instantly.
So have these been used on a stream ever before?
Technically.
Technically?
Well, I was thinking of Trixis. So Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas.
Support.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does a lot of streaming.
Yeah.
And he's not always on camera when he's doing it. So he has been on streams tons for I would say the past 5 months.
Okay.
Him.
Oh yeah.
And people sometimes find out so
ooh, what's that product?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't you using Beacon Mic? And he's like, no.
No.
But he's been not on video very specifically. He's not because we only announced these about 2 months ago.
Oh, don't want to spoil it.
Yeah. So we didn't want to spoil it. So I am not a streamer, but I've been testing streams, and I accidentally did go live on a stream. wearing Beacon headset.
Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, bye.
Yeah, oopsies.
We had one, I think it was with the Landfest people, actually. We had this great call where we knew we were going to tell them about Beacon headsets.
Oh, that's
on the
right.
call.
Yes, it was.
It was kind of like before we announced, but we knew we were going to tell them on the call. And the woman we were talking to was sick that day and didn't want to be on camera. All cool, that's no problem. So we had our cameras off and we're chatting and things like that. And then we talked about Beacon headsets and stuff like that. So then we're like, but we were going to like turn on our cameras. But before we turn on our cameras, like you see, we're like, stop, like, hey, listen, are you guys using Beacon mics? Like, it sounds so good. Like, we're just like, this is like the best it can ever go, right?
Yeah.
And you reveal, we're not on Beacon mic, we're just using Beacon headsets. So
Yeah.
I always love that. I leave like my mic's hooked up to my computer all the time. My wife works from home sometimes, and on our video call, she's like, everyone's like, "Oh, you sound so good." It's like, "Oh yeah, it's my Beacon mic."
Yep.
And it's funny, like I think we're like, there is, Beacon mic is a different beast. It's a dynamic microphone, kind of a medium-sized capsule. It gives certain benefits. If you're really close to it, it will give you more isolation. This is an omnidirectional mic, right? And with our processing, even an environment like this is a tough environment. It's noisy.
It's starting to get noisy here.
Yeah.
And you can make use of it really well. But there's a reason for these different mics. And the other one too is that sometimes we want a mic to speak into because it's it's part of who we are, right?
Yeah.
It's part of our identity. So I think it's like the fact that with our app you can use headset and you can use Beacon mic at the same time, and you can get some benefits. You mix that in with a Beacon mix crate, and suddenly you can be switching between the mic that you're using or monitoring with the headphones and stuff. And with the new software we've announced, we're trying to, basically bringing parity between the products so that what we call binaural personalization, which is the whole headphone EQ and all that comes to Beacon mic and Beacon Studio as well. So trying to bring the kind of same experience.
So you guys will be able to use that on these mics.
That's coming soon. That's been on
soon.
That's been on your socials. I've seen it. I was like, ooh, that's a
summer
cool big update.
26.
Yeah. Now with the headset, so aside from the app update, what kind of timeline are we thinking of for the headset?
Yeah, so headset, we're hoping the pre-sales start in July, and then units will start shipping out kind of end of July.
This is
That's the current.
This is our first time mentioning that, by the way. We haven't actually said that officially, so
I can see a big fail sign over my head if that's not what happened.
Yeah.
But that's the current schedule that we're on. So
The idealized schedule, if everything goes right.
as we know.
Idealized schedule.
No, we've had a bunch of idealized schedules.
This is a finished product. This isn't held together with duct tape. It works. We've used it. This isn't like we're kickstartering it in July. It's like this is ready to go.
Yeah, we're kind of waiting for our kind of like very final units right now. And these are battle tested. Like we've been using these like crazy.
That's one thing that's different. Like when Beacon mic started, that was the beginning of the company. It didn't exist.
Yeah.
And you're as we like to say, you're kind of building the plane as you're flying it. And one really nice thing about headset is that, like, listening to headset, and we've had people inside the company, outside, listen to them and tweaking the sound of like the headphone sound for over 12 months. These current samples that we do, which are built off the actual tools, final components, final circuit boards, we've been using for like 6 months. We've been sending them to people using it. So the amount of, like you said, like battle testing that's got to do, and we had to do that. We haven't done a headset before, right? And we have a great manufacturing partner. Like that's really important to have. But I mean, we customize this. Like we did stuff that if you want to go build a headset, you just go on Alibaba is the first place to go, and you can get yourself a headset. Yeah. But there's just a lot of things that just manufacturers don't do. Like our cavities in the headphones, which we use to kind of get a great resonant sound for them. Makes them sound good. They're complete volumetrically the same, right? So you have electronics in one side, maybe not the other. So you change the design to make sure the volume's the same. Because if you don't, the sound of each ear is slightly different, and that's what a lot of headphones are. The sound isn't the same on the wireless headphones.
There's two things on that I'll mention too. Is one of them, we teased like over a year ago the fact that we were making a headset on socials.
Okay.
But the only way that we did it was by posting a picture of a bag of rice.
That's right.
And so, exactly. So for most people, myself included, I was like, "What the hell? What do you guys?
What does this mean?"
Like, why? Craig sent it to me. He's like, "You should post this." And I was like, "Why? Cool, but why? That makes no sense to me." but it's, well, I mean, you'll be able to explain it better than I will, but
Rice is a very easy way of calculating volume of a space. You just pour rice into it, and you measure the rice. So it's just a great way of calculating
one person figured it out, kind of.
Yeah.
And they were like, maybe you're measuring the volume of something within a cavity, and you guys must be doing something. And it was on Facebook, which it's not, we don't get a ton of engagement on there necessarily. And so it was like, no one engaged with that. And I was like, oh my God, that dude got it. So, and yeah,
when you can release something like that, it's fun. You want somebody to get it.
Yeah.
You just don't want everyone to get it. But
That's a very niche.
yeah.
incredibly niche. Like that person must have been like an engineer of some sorts. Like it's not common, you know?
But it's a fun process of building a product, especially one that has to go on you and physically fit. And like the amount of like, I remember early samples we got, you're giving feedback, you're given like 150 points of feedback, and you're figuring out slight design changes and things like that to make everything work. And
Ergonomics is fun.
yeah,
Yes.
it's painful, but then when you get it back, you're kind of like, oh my goodness, that was worth it, right? Like, we're excited to get it out there, and we're excited for it to be kind of in the ecosystem.
Now, this might be pie in the sky. Now that the Beacon headset is on its way, is there an idea of the next thing?
We never try to think about whatever.
Beacon electric car.
Ooh, Beacon car.
The Beacon car.
mobile.
If you thought audio in cars was bad,
Right now, exactly. No, we are always thinking about what's next. I think, like, if you look at our software update and you look at us doing Beacon headset, I mean, I think you get some clues of what's important to us, right? Like, we want to create an ecosystem, and that isn't necessarily an ecosystem to say that, hey, one day everything everyone uses for audio is Beacon, but we see that there's certain components of an audio setup that if they can speak to each other, it makes things easier. So, like what Beacon Mix Create does, and what the mixing suite does, and what our microphones, now there's kind of three ways of coming in, do, we see as a really important part of that ecosystem.
yeah,
And that's something we can build from.
I think there's a point that's really important for us to make as well, which is that we're always thinking of what the next thing is. I mean, we've probably gone through 10 iterations of the next thing, and whether it's viable or not is a whole other question.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that's really important to us, and especially we've talked about this new update 1.4, which is going to come this summer. I think it's important that I hope, like I really sincerely hope that people see that what's actually important to us is not just the next thing, it's also supporting the current things. And it's about actively developing for the things that we've already released, because people shouldn't have to buy the thing from us and then 2 years later go, oh man, like
now I need the new thing.
now it's like I like, it's like with I was just watching the new Apple keynote or whatever it was, and you're like, oh, I've got like a new phone that should be able to do the new stuff, and it can do it kind of. And it's like, and we want to make sure that we're bringing these cool features to people who have been supporting us for years, but at the same time, making sure that it makes sense for the next thing that's coming, and then the next thing that's coming, and the next thing that's coming. And I think like the like showing people that even by investing in us early and supporting us early, because we're still a youngish company, been in the market for about 5 years, that there's still dividends to be paid by being a part of it.
Just fighting back against that planned obsolescence that we see in
And that planned obsolescence, like companies that get into that trap, it's horrible for them, right? Like, it's a lot to develop. Like doing things like this are a lot, right? You can only do that so much. So I think we don't really see ourselves as the like the 2.0 company, the 3.0, it's more like, how do you make sure that people can have great audio, that their audio experience can suddenly be something that they're not dealing with the minutia of frustrations, and they can actually use it to kind of like bring joy and do something exciting and work. Like even like what you guys are doing is like pushing the limits, right? And it's working, right? And it's this good sound.
Yeah.
And I think there's so much more we can do than that, than like gold plating something or just changing the look of something to create something new.
And speaking of planned obsolescence, if your dog gets a hold of one of these guys, you can swap your foams. I think you mentioned on these.
You can indeed, yeah.
The one thing that I always have with headsets is you end up losing the cups, or they end up shredding for whatever reason. So you guys have replacement cups.
It ships with 2 sets of cups. So we have 2 sets of designs.
Yeah.
This is kind of we call it almost like more like a closed back. It's a leatherette. They have both them have the cooling gel foam inside, but this one seals even more. So if you want more isolation, and versus the kind that we're reading now, which is kind of like
Or like pseudo open back, even though it's not an open back.
So
Yeah.
it's not a full open back, but it does let in a bit more sound. And yeah, like honestly, we did it because, well, a few things. When we were early on the headset, we found out a few things. One is how much people have a different preference for what's touching their body. And it doesn't seem like a bad thing. And I just said touching your body in a but yes, we talked to a lot of people about touching their bodies. There, I did it again. And so, but that was a really important thing in designing it. But the other aspect was actually how many people, like we'll just say it, our product does not have ANC. There's not acoustic noise cancellation in this product, right? Which is popular in a lot of headsets.
Yeah.
One, it's processing intensive. The other one is for about 30 to 35% of the population, it makes them sick. And so we really focused on like the clamping force of the headphones, these specific pads, which are the ones that ship mounted to it, are really about how do you get maximum isolation. And the amount of isolation we get with these ones on is like, it is like, you know, maybe they're not going to be your favorite set on the plane during takeoff, right? But like for all other applications, I think people are.
And also, the other thing is depth. I think that's one big thing.
Yeah.
Like I've experienced that with headphones before. Depth.
Bottom out.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah, they hit your hand.
And it
It's like rubbing
hurts.
on your
Yes.
ears.
So these are I don't know. It's hard to see on camera, but they are good in terms of depth for different kinds of ear size. Yeah, the pinky
Like,
test.
you get a full like half a pinky in there.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, there's also the one. This is Craig, right? Our founder, brilliant. Like, is that R big enough for you?
yeah. This is the right.
I know which
side.
ear it's on.
We couldn't make it much bigger.
Yeah.
Than that.
And we actually, and one of the other things we do have, if the R is not big enough for you,
it's
for
also
multiple
also
reasons,
on
we do
there.
have
Oh.
Braille
Oh,
as well
that's so cool.
inside. So on both sides, we have the L and the R Braille to make it easier to, the touch, the feel, that kind of thing. Yeah.
So, guys, thank you so much for coming on today. It's really freaking cool that we were able to just plug those in and go.
That's good for us.
Yeah, it was great. It's why we came early, and but I'm glad that it just fit in. That's
Fantastic.
Yeah.
good.
So
Yeah.
Beacon without the O, BEACN
BEACN.com.
.com.
Yep.
Mics, soon to be headphones.
Yeah.
We've got the mix systems.
Yeah, we got Mix Create, which is kind of like our audio controller, let's call it. And then we've also got Beacon Studio, which is if anybody has an XLR mic already, they like all the cool processing stuff that we do on our other products.
Yeah.
It lets you plug an XLR mic right in. And I will also say, because we are on a Canadian company's podcast, that Beacon is also a Canadian company.
Yes.
So the team is almost all in Victoria. So 8 people in Victoria. I moved away from Victoria, so I'm here in Edmonton. But so there's 9 of us in Canada, and
Yeah, and some of Beacon Mix Crate is actually manufactured in British Columbia.
Wow.
Wow.
And-
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Other products are Taiwan and China, but that product's actually manufactured in Burnaby.
Amazing.
yeah.
Fantastic.
So, Grant, Kevin, thanks so much
Thank
for
you
coming
so
on.
much.
Yeah, thanks you guys.
This
Appreciate
was
it.
Awesome to see this firsthand because we see the previews on Instagram, but having it in hand and putting it on your head is just such a good
Makes a
experience.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Thanks for having us.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks you guys.
Have a great rest of your day.
All right, yeah, you too.
All right. Here, everybody, we're good. So we are back. We have another interview today, Sunday, day 3 of Gamecon. It is already kind of chaos in here,
Yeah.
but
Happy Father's Day, everybody.
yeah.
Not as chaotic as high school, huh?
No. Not quite
even
that
close.
close. No. So who do we have here, and what game did you bring to Gamecon this year?
Yeah, so my name's Sho. I came up with this game along with my co-developers called Vitalia Chess. It is a chess variant with combat mechanics.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Canadian, but I did want to develop a game that respects chess and also some of the high-end esports. I've
Right.
grown up playing a lot of competitive games, and I've gotten to the top a lot of competitive games.
Okay.
However, I also wanted to create a game to rep Canada.
Yeah.
Right?
Hell yeah.
Put us on the big stage, but also a game that respects player expression, creative expression, and that's what Battaglia Chess is. It's a chess variant that allows you to play how you want. It has a lot of customizable features.
Very cool.
So when we met you on the first day, we were going around and checking
Yeah.
out booths, like pre-show, which was great.
Yeah.
You had mentioned that, like, because this is a chess variant, you can choose how you want to map out your team necessarily. So,
Yes.
like with the relation of sort of chess pieces, like you could have 4 queens, or you could have like a buttload of pawns.
Uh-huh.
Or like,
That's so cool, man. That's so cool.
What's the point system, and like what's the sort of the variant of
Sure.
of
So
classes you can
they're
choose?
separated into 5 different classes: S, A, B, C, and D.
Okay.
What that does is that tag on every unit tells them generally the strength level of it and how much it costs to put on. So
Okay.
you mentioned the queen and the pawn. A pawn is a D class. A queen
Okay.
is an A class.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Queen hits much harder.
Right.
Has a lot more movement, and it has a good defensive like mechanics and HP.
Okay. Okay. Very cool. Gives you, as you said, you mentioned the customization side of it. That really allows every player to fully roster out their team to, do
we
what they
just-
want to do.
We just finished the tournament. Local
Okay.
Tournament. 30 plus players showed up, and it was fantastic. I had so many people come up with their own custom brew of what they wanted to do to win that game.
Wow.
I
Okay.
have over 40 unique units. Check it out on our website, battaliachess.com.
Okay.
And it will show you a bunch of really cool mechanics. One piece I can kind of advocate for.
Yeah.
It's called a guard.
Okay.
So what that does is on your side of the base, it gets stronger. So on your half of the board, and it's weaker
Interesting.
on your opponent's side of the board. So it essentially serves the
interesting.
purpose to shield. and
Interesting.
block
Yeah,
the
yeah,
game.
Okay.
good defensive
Uh-huh.
mechanics.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned the tournament. Were there any of the players that came with their own kind of setup or roster
Yes.
that
Yeah.
surprised you
Yes.
guys?
Okay, so one thing that I did was after the tournament, I created the local game shops. Shout out to Net Ocean Games, fantastic game shop. They wanted their own board. It's not for sale, but they wanted their own board, and we
Cool.
obliged them. But so one thing the players did is after the tournament, we created a leaderboard.
Okay.
So all the players are able to go play and try their styles with other things. I'm on the leaderboard, and I gotta play against a bunch of the players.
Yeah.
I'm 3-0 so far.
Hey,
So
there we go.
like, come at the cake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotta take them
Yeah.
down, man.
You gotta take me down, yeah. But on to respecting gamers, I like being able to respect the creative side of what you can do as a potential strategist. I don't
Yeah.
like the meta style of some esports, which is
Neither do
Oh.
we.
right. Like this is what works,
Yeah.
and this is what you have to do.
Yeah, this is the only
Yeah,
Yeah.
powerful
the only
component to
viable
build
one.
or whatever.
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to respect the legacy of chess. We were kind of talking off camera about
Yeah.
our company called Clean Win Games.
Yeah.
We're gameplay heavy, and we are zero messaging. We wanted to
Very
appeal
cool.
to children, even 8-10-year-olds, to all the way to adults that really respect the chess game and want to hone their craft.
Love that.
The fact that it's gameplay heavy, I want to keep it there.
Yeah.
So here's the cool thing. So again, on sort of the first day preamble, what we discovered about this game was that there's a physical copy
Yes.
Yeah.
and a digital version.
Yes.
So like whatever your preference is, like if you want to play tabletop or you want to play this digitally, that's available. So like which one of these came first, and how did this
Yeah.
come about?
I did want to clarify something. So
Sure.
I'm not a game coder, but are y'all game coders? Okay.
Absolutely not. No.
I don't know. This guy has the luck of somebody he's been brewing. You
I
might have some
don't-
hidden talents.
I
man.
don't know anything about game development.
Hey, you did call the stream
Relax.
before. Remember? You're like, hey, is this supposed to? And then he was like, there's a delay, but then you actually caught it. That it wasn't
Wow.
live, so
I don't know. I don't know about that.
You might
man.
have some.
Yeah.
You might have some tech know-how.
Yeah, definitely not this squad right here.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
But like I said, to follow up with your question, I had this brewing since high school,
Okay.
and I did not have the funds for it. Game development is very expensive. If
Yes.
you want to get into development, you need strong backers, or you need to have your own war chest. When I started developing this, me and my high school friends, all of us are high school friends. One of them is my wife. We just started from the ground up. I kid you not, guys. Cardboard,
Yeah, well,
cardboard,
Smart.
creating lines, putting little pieces as avatars,
Yeah.
and that was 8 years ago.
Wow.
And then over time, I just kept polishing my product, upping the quality of the physical edition. The goal is a complete video game. The goal is not a tabletop, but for legacy, I'm gonna put the tabletop for the fans that really
Perfect.
want
Yeah,
it.
they'll
okay,
love
very cool.
they'll love that
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think we asked early on, but I mean, this is such a unique idea that I don't think we've seen in the gaming space. Where did the inspiration come to say that, like, you know what, this is the game that we want to develop? Where did that come from?
Yeah. One of the main things is I think every gamer, no matter if they're casual gamers or big time gamers, they respect chess.
Yeah.
They know chess is the original competition gaming tabletop, right?
Right.
And I wanted to also honor chess while also giving the dynamic flavor of player expression. Balancing that, guys, was super hectic. Like I said,
Yeah.
took over
Yeah, I
8
bet.
years of polishing it.
Yeah.
But the inspiration ultimately came from, actually, I'm a writer. I'm a theological ethics writer.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
There's
that's
a virtue that I've been studying, and it has to do with being able to stimulate the mind
Okay.
and express yourself strategically. I think we as human beings, we're capable of using games as an outlet to exercise our mental capacity. And the interesting part about that is you could be smart in so many different areas,
Right.
but human beings naturally want to learn and want to grow.
It's true.
When we created this game, I wanted to create an arena similar to chess, but with player expression that exercises that particular virtue to help them develop a strategic mind. And this is like a hidden thing, is maybe unlock some potential in exercising it elsewhere. You know,
Yeah.
You guys are into sports. I'm into MMA. I teach MMA.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Very strategic sport.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
From baiting your opponent to utilizing your strengths against their weaknesses. And me, I'm a bit stubborn. So when I play battalion chess against other players, I like to fight them at their strengths just to try to beat them at their game.
Smart.
I lost a game doing that, but that's part of it, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that's part of that freedom.
Absolutely.
Being able to play how you want.
Very cool.
So when you play, do you change up your strategy? Do you change up your groupings like
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time, man.
Is that normal for players to kind of switch their army?
What
like,
I've
kinda-
noticed is when the pressure's on, there's stakes online. Like our tournament had cash prizes and things,
Okay.
and gaming shops put a bunch of really cool stuff like PS5 controller, Dragon's Den. Thank
Awesome.
you so much, guys. So when they're locked in tournament, I've noticed they, whether for better or for worse, they will stick to one strategy and want to keep improving it
Okay.
Okay.
because they want to get really good. But I did have one tournament player, and he was so cool, man. Every game, he mixed it up and
Ah.
caught his opponents because they're able to watch. We streamed all of it. So
Yeah.
it's on our Discord. You could go back and watch your opponent's prior play so you can
Oh,
kind of try
okay.
to counterplay,
I
right?
was
That's
just wondering,
cool,
it's
yeah.
like, okay, like, so
Yeah.
is that not a strategy in its
Yeah,
own? Like,
yeah.
to
It's
to
kind of
just,
like,
be unpredictable.
it's kind of like watching fight footage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're watching
True.
fight footage of your opponent. This one guy, I just released a unit in tournament, and he uses it the next time he plays.
That's
It's
awesome.
crazy, man.
That's really
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Got to
Um,
keep people guessing.
Yeah,
Very
so
cool.
I was encouraging you guys to give it a shot. I don't think y'all regret it. When we had our business meetings on Friday, so much people were interested on the later development cycle of our game.
That's
right
awesome.
now, we are in a vertical slice, which is a locked-in roller coaster.
Yeah.
Just a little snippet of it.
Yeah.
But we want community support and crowdfunding. Not even the amount, just the numbers.
Yeah,
to
for
show
sure.
that these developers, hey, I think their product's awesome, but
Yeah.
so do people.
Absolutely. Now,
We understand that.
is there a kind of let's say a pie in the sky release date where
Yes.
what are you hoping for to get this out to the public?
Depending on our funds, a realistic outcome would be a year and a half to 2 years.
Okay.
But the cool part is a couple things our game has an advantage of that many games have to overcome is we're turn-based. It makes it much easier for the servers and coding.
Right. Okay.
And
Yep.
we are also grid-based, meaning there's
I'm
no
a big
real
fan of both of these things.
Yeah.
Final
Yes.
Fantasy, Fire Emblem, I like all of these.
This is true. Yes.
I did manage to kind of talk off straight to you guys. I want to ask you guys, as gamers and fans, what are y'all like? What are you really interested? Did you get really passionate about one game in particular and put time into it?
Well, I mean, I don't think I've necessarily been like I play one game and one
Oh,
game
you're the
only.
jack of all
Yeah,
trades.
I play a lot of games, but like Daryl mentioned, Final Fantasy and Fire Emblem. We do both really enjoy tactics RPGs and
Yes.
turn-based combat.
Bro.
And so the fact that this is not only grid-based, turn-based tactics, like it definitely hits a lot of the stuff that we both enjoy for sure.
Okay, I have name 2 games you like.
Okay, just 2 games that I like in general. Mega Man X is my all-time favorite game. And then for a tactics turn-based, it's a deep cut one, but Miasma Chronicles. It's a turn-based tactics with a grid. I love that game. It's very, very good. Yeah.
Fire Emblem Awakening on the DS was like one of my absolute favorite tactics games from that genre. And then I got a shout out. I wore the shirt yesterday. I was really
True.
disappointed nobody noticed, but I wore a Legend of Dragoon shirt
Oh,
yesterday.
okay,
So,
sick. Yeah.
that's like one of my all-time absolute favorite games ever.
Okay. Now I have a hard question to ask you guys.
Sure.
You live in a world, you have to erase one of those games.
Oh no!
Which one y'all
Oh,
erasing?
boy.
Erase me. Everyone enjoy the
Yeah,
games.
take me out. Take me out, man. Well, I'm getting rid of my Miasma Chronicles because Mega
Mega Man,
X,
yes, it's almost a game changer.
Yeah, it's my all-time favorite game, so I can't get rid of my boys. So
There's other
yeah.
Fire Emblem titles, so I'll keep Legend of Dragoon.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
Love it.
Yeah. And I think that's the enthusiasm we can share about games. One of the 2 games that I like, Diablo 2, man.
Hey.
I played the heck out of Diablo 2.
Diablo 2. Yeah.
The soundtrack to the Diablo 2 is so cool. Just being in Tristram.
It's spectacular.
And the fact that we were talking about player expression or creative expression.
Yeah.
The classes were so fun, and like the trees were so fun to play with.
Absolutely.
The second game I got really into a FPS Battlefield.
Yeah. A lot of Battlefield for
I got
sure.
knee deep
Suck
into.
it, COD.
Yeah. That's a good choice,
I got
man.
knee deep into Battlefield.
Yeah.
And I was one of the only ones that aggressively played support class, but I got to the top of the heap with that, man.
Hell
and the cool thing is you could rig your own gun how you want.
Yeah.
And like I said, player expression means a lot to me. So
Yeah.
shout out to DICE for
They
creating
do a
game
good
that
job.
allowed
They did a
to
good
do that.
job.
They do a
And
good job for sure.
hope, you know what? I'm glad they didn't touch Diablo 2. They just remastered it
Yeah.
because I wanted the classic feel of the game, and they gave exactly that with the complete HD graphics that it deserved.
They finally listened to the fans for once.
Wait,
Yeah, so-
Ga-
are y'all
ga-
gonna ask me the hard question? Battlefield or Diablo?
Yeah, what's-
Am I gonna
what-
answer that?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we got to
See,
hear it.
eliminated.
I boomeranged myself.
You
I
did
should've just let
boomerang
it go.
yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, Diablo or Battlefield, which one stays?
The thing is, they play so differently,
Very.
Very different
completely
games.
differently.
Yep.
But if I had to choose, I think Diablo because I would keep Diablo. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll keep Diablo
Keep
because
Diablo.
because what it did was it created a lot of immersion.
Yeah.
Whereas Battlefield, I think a lot of other creators could pick up where they kind of left off, right?
Totally agree. Yeah.
Incredible Levolution, love
Yeah.
that stuff. You could destroy a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Diablos.
So, just in wrapping up here, where can they find your game?
Yep.
Where can they find you, and where can they find more information about?
Yeah, so we're a Canadian homebrew, like you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Canadian. Are y'all hockey fans at all?
Yeah, I am.
Hey, what team?
Calgary Flames.
Flames. Yeah, go figure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got tired of rooting for the Leafs. I got tired of rooting for
That's
the
fair.
Leafs.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, bataliachess.com.
Okay.
It gives you everything you want to know. Like I said, guys, if you're interested in supporting a Canadian game
Yeah.
that allows people to compete at the highest levels with the aspirations of esports,
Perfect.
check it out, bataliachess.com.
Awesome.
Chess.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you coming by.
Yeah,
Thank you
for
so much,
that.
Joe.
Bring it home. Bring it
Yeah,
home.
thanks, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Good, great. Hey, folks, we're back again. Noura, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here.
Yeah, it's we were fortunate enough to see you last night on stage for Tales of Wood Creek.
Yes, which
That
was
was-
awesome.
Amazing. It
Deborah Ann Wall is an incredible game master.
Yes.
I feel so fortunate that I had that experience.
we got to talk to her earlier yesterday, and we're really excited to see it. So our buddy Jordan here got a little scared by Ginny D on the
Right beside
Oh
Jordan
my
at the back.
goodness.
Screen right
Yeah.
beside him.
So I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but yeah, she came up through the aisles as a Black Widow with a veil, and for somebody sitting in the audience, would not expect that. But
Yeah.
that is the part of the little surprises and audience interaction that she puts in her games. I thought it was amazing.
It was amazing. So you've been at Gamecon basically every year.
Every year, yeah. The first year I came in as a celebrity guest, so
Yes.
I did not have any hosting duties, and then I've been hosting every year since. And
Which is amazing. You've
I'm
done a
gonna
great
keep
job.
coming back until they fire me.
Yeah, my biggest question, what keeps you coming back though?
I love the community here. Everybody's so, I mean, it's Canada. Everybody's like lovely and welcoming and
Oh,
so
shucks.
polite. And they always have like, oh, this is your first time here. You need to try poutine and you need to try this and you need to try. I'm like, have you been to Swiss Chalet? And I absolutely have, and I love it. But it's this hospitable. There's such a great sense of community here. I've never seen a mega stage like this in any other convention. I was floored when I saw it. And then I just love that you get to see both, these big companies that you love and look forward to their releases, but then you also get indie games and local businesses, and it's just like a nice mix, and it feels so nice being here.
And a whole hall of Warhammer.
Yes.
The whole wall of Warhammer. The cosplay competition is insane. The
goodness.
cosplay
Very
competition
good.
was yesterday with a halftime show
Yeah.
Yes.
with YDB. Like I've never heard of a halftime show in a convention, in a gaming convention before, and that was lovely. And then just seeing the amazing cosplay. There's no other cosplay competition that has the award prize like this one.
Yes.
I've never seen that before. And then just seeing the excitement and seeing the creativity and everybody having a good time. This is my Super Bowl. I love it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Do you guys have any further, like, we know we hijacked you a little bit today.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
No, so last night during part of your introduction, you had mentioned you're a huge D&D person. Like you're
Oh,
involved
yeah.
in so
Yes.
much. Like you said, Purple Worm Kill. Like what else are you in? Like that was a crazy list.
So much. Like this is the thing I do once a year, but I play so many TTRPGs and so many actual plays that I can't, like, if I had to list them all, I don't think I could. But I could talk about, like, currently what I work.
absolutely.
Currently, I do a lot of work with the Glass Cannon podcast. You can find them on YouTube. They also have like a Patreon for bonus footage, and they also do have like a Discord community. But I'm in an ongoing season 4 of Time for Chaos starts this July. I
Okay.
don't have an official release date because they haven't released it, and I'm already doing please
Exclusive.
don't fire me. But that is our ongoing Masks of Nyarlathotep campaign, which is Call of Cthulhu. It's
Sweet. Okay.
It is notoriously long. It is a long campaign. It is global conspiracy. It spans over multiple continents. And it is, I don't want it to end. I'm like, 9 more seasons. Can we go 9 more seasons? What if we go to Antarctica? I know it's not in the book.
6 seasons in a movie.
But what if we did it? So that's going to be starting up again this summer. I also am on the Glass Cannon podcast in a Pendragon campaign. And Pendragon is like your like classic Knights of the Round Table, Arthurian, kind of gaming system where the fascinating thing about it is that you have this like downtime period in between your storylines.
Okay.
And usually like when people have those times where they're like upgrading their character and what happens here, but there's so much fun mechanical things that you can do in that campaign. You can roll and I have a kid now. I got married. And this, in between the
It's like little pieces of the game of life.
And it really changes, like, as far as the role play and to the story. You think it wouldn't really have an effect, those little moments where you're, like, ticking things off your character sheet, but it just makes it so much more dynamic. And so I'm having a lot of fun playing that.
That
for the
sounds
first
awesome.
time. Yeah.
Like, do you have a general class that you sort of like gravitate to in D&D?
Oh yeah, I'm a warlock girl.
Okay.
I'm a magic user, love magic users, and I know there's sorcerers and wizards, but there's just something about like making a deal with some entity for that power, and when what happens, what's the consequence of that deal in the story? You never know. Don't tell me. I like that's the fun part.
Now, do you ever take the DM side of things, or do you prefer to play?
For home games, I'll DM, but I don't want to become the forever DM, and I'm an I'm an actor, so that's the part that I love, and I'm just afraid that I'm going to, not that a DM doesn't act, because there's all that
you have to
NPCs,
act multiple roles.
roles. So I don't know. Maybe I'll become insufferable if I become a DM and I'm just like taking up all the time and doing all the voices. No, it's if I think for a home game, I haven't dipped my toes into like a recorded actual play, but I might. I don't know.
Now, do you have any projects? I know you said you wear many different hats in many different ways. Do you have any projects coming up that we should be looking for aside from Glass Cannon podcast or anything like that?
Oh, well, I filmed a movie earlier this year, but I can't mention. I don't know. It's done. It's in post-production.
Okay.
It rhymes with? No.
Listen, that's if I did that, you would know.
Oh, okay.
It would give it away. So I couldn't do that. And then I will be filming another movie in the fall.
Oh, congrats.
Amazing.
So I'm
busy.
It's been a busy year. I'm very grateful. But I go where the creativity calls to me, and there's the thing that I do love about tabletop gaming and role-playing games is that you get to scratch that itch in the time between you're not in a film production, and you still get to like hone those skills.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to take up any more of your time. Thank you so much for coming on
This is
today.
amazing.
For having me.
You're amazing. So great to talk to you. We see you every year, but now we actually got a chance to.
I look forward to next year seeing you guys, and this was unexpected. And I had such a good time. Thank you.
Awesome.
Everyone
Thank
keep
you very
an eye
much.
out for Noura. She's invading your YouTube channels and everywhere. One D&D podcast at a time.
Yes.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks, Noura.
Great.
Thank
Good
you
enough.
guys.
All right. We are back again with another interview. This one, we've got Ronny from Edmonton Screen. Sorry, I interrupted you mid-sip there.
No worries.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, it's been an exciting week here. It's finally a little bit of breathing room here on the Sundays. So.
You've been very busy.
Well, there's two events happening simultaneously, and a lot of the focus is on Gamecon Canada, but there's also the North American Games Industry Summit.
Yes.
So between the two events, you've got people here to do business. You've also got family and friends here to just have fun and enjoy GameCon. So
Absolutely.
between the two, it's like got to make the best use of the time here.
Yeah.
A man on a mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your role, you work with Edmonton Screen, correct?
Yeah, correct.
And
correct.
can you tell everyone a little bit about what Edmonton Screen is, what they do,
Yeah.
what your goal is as far as this sort of environment?
Yeah, absolutely. So my role with Edmonton Screen is a digital media and technology specialist.
Okay.
And we have a very rare role in the city here as an economic development agency. And we're funded by the city of Edmonton to grow, expand, and lead the creative economy forward in this region. So we cover things like film and TV.
Okay.
We cover video games, extended reality. We're now exploring and adding esports into our portfolio.
Oh, wow, nice. Okay.
So the entire idea is the city of Edmonton believes in the people creating content here in these different industries.
Right.
Amazing.
Our role is to represent, advocate, and support them with the funding we receive, with the opportunities that we can explore, just like Gamecon and NAGIS.
Yeah.
And really find those gaps in the industry where indie studios, emerging indie studios, or mid-cycle businesses need help. Like we
Yeah.
look for ways to support them and help them. So we do it for film and TV, and then we also do it for the digital media and
Okay.
technology sectors.
Right. And you guys have 10 studios that you're supporting here in the indie game
Wow.
Yeah.
dev section.
That's great.
I'm pretty sure one of them actually won the big pitch.
Yeah, so that was the big indie pitch.
Yeah.
That was Lucid Rain Studios with their current project Infurious.
Yes.
So yeah, that was an
Amazing.
intense format where they had different judges being pitched. You'd pitch as a studio, you pitch your game to different judges, they'd assess and review you, and then from all of the games that were pitched, they designated Lucid Rain as the #1 pitchers for the big indie pitch this year.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool to see that's a platform and a format that they're allowing indie devs to really take advantage of. Now, your role, how long have you been with the company? And, I guess being here at this event, what's your thoughts on it so far?
Yeah. Well, with Edmonton Screen in particular, I joined the team about 10 months ago.
Okay.
I've been involved in video games and I guess in the computer hardware industry for many more years prior to that.
Nice.
And our involvement here at GameCon, we've been here for the past few years, bringing our local studios and helping them showcase. So we've done that again this year. One of the major differences is really just the indie booth and the way that they're designed. It's a lot more welcoming. It's a lot more inviting. So our programs that we've created, they're linked to Gamecon Canada, but 5 of the 10 studios also end up going to Gamescom in Germany in August.
Oh,
Yeah, we've
amazing.
heard about that.
Yeah, that's
That's a
amazing.
big trip.
Yeah, it's a large commitment,
Yes.
and it's a very different experience in terms of scale.
Yeah.
Largest gaming convention in the world. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible.
Pretty much. And that last year, I believe they had 355,000 attendees.
Holy shit. That's
Yeah.
a great way to get your game in front of a lot of people.
I mean, it's 355,000 attendees coming from all over the world. Like, what is that? That's 3 Red Deers. Like, let's go 3 times the size of Red Deer for one convention.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
that's incredible. Okay, you can't get that kind of exposure elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's a unique thing. Now, with you guys obviously being involved in the games industry, we very much appreciate that there's companies and organizations out there advocating for indie devs and AA studios
And local, too.
and local studios.
Absolutely,
What would you like to see kind of improve on the municipality side? Because obviously, I feel like Edmonton has done a pretty good job on sort of championing this sort of industry and making sure that there's resources there. But not to name any names for other cities, but I feel like there are other cities that don't necessarily value this industry as much. So what would you like to see sort of improve on that side of the space?
I love this question. I think when people think about video games, they think mainly about entertainment, having fun. Some people might still think it's just for kids.
Yeah.
And we clearly know with multiple studies and numbers that the data tells us quite the opposite.
Absolutely.
It's widespread now. So one of the things that I would really love to see is shifting the understanding around the video game and entertainment business.
Right.
It's not just about having fun and playing games. There is truly a business model that drives, what is it? I believe 200 billion in revenue in video games last year alone. That's 200 billion going into purchasing video games, purchasing the IP related to video games.
Yeah.
And sometimes our government doesn't always understand that. And it's not just the government, but in general. Events like Gamecon Canada help put a spotlight on what's happening.
For sure.
And then you've got events like NAGIS that help put the spotlight on Edmonton's indie studios and our video game businesses. So the main thing I think that I'd love to see is just more people understanding that there is a legitimate business, there is a very large industry here.
For sure.
And in Edmonton, we have to do a bit more to support those locals and give them pathways to thrive and become sustainable. So that's really what's exciting about these events here. But I feel it's still largely misunderstood.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we can always do better, right?
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, it can always improve and it can always get better. You know, the one cool thing that we've experienced at GameCon is the amount of just spectators coming through that have played a game and love what they've seen, and then being able to tell them like, oh yeah, that studio is actually in Edmonton, or you know, that studio is Canadian. And the fact that they're just blown away, you know, that they've played a tangible product that's Canadian made. It's really cool to see that become more and more of a thing, for sure.
Well, and I've seen more and more things about Alberta becoming a bigger tech hub for Canada as a whole. So this is a great way to sort of branch into that and support that as well.
And going back to your question earlier, Jordan, it is misunderstood because video games have three intersecting areas. It's creative, it's tech, it's entertainment. And when you combine all those three, you've actually got video games combining and intersecting in a way where no other medium does it. Like movies, there's a lot of intersecting I guess we'll say subsectors that like music and film, they go hand in hand. But then there's the multimedia madness that happens when developing a video game. So now you've got something that's homegrown, and it's mind-blowing to know that, you know, games like you've got the new Star Wars game coming out as the successor to KOTOR, built right here in Edmonton,
which is crazy.
So it's really I'm hoping in the future, as we advocate for the sector and for the industries here, that we can really educate more people on the reality that there's a business here, and we can definitely do more to support them.
100%. Now, we touched on NAGIS a little bit at the beginning. Obviously, this is the inaugural, you know, year of bringing this here. On our end, you know, it sounds like the feedback has been very positive. You know, a lot of the developers have been very happy. I guess, what are your thoughts on NAGIS? And is that something that you'd like to see come back again and again? Maybe, you know, with some tweaks or, you know, things that can be improved there?
Yeah, I think so. There's a few industry summits that are well known. You know, you've got GDC in San Francisco. And you've got PAX as well. And in Canada, you've got a couple events more on the East Coast. You've got XP Summit that just happened in the Atlantic last week. With NAGIS showing up, what's unique about it is we haven't had an event like this in Western Canada in years. And what's really unique is the production value for the first year was amazing.
It was phenomenal.
I think that's something you just don't expect from an inaugural event. I'd love to see it come back every year, of course, because it really helped our local studios get insights that they didn't have access to. without traveling to San Francisco or across
Spending
the country.
thousands of dollars. Yeah.
Exactly. So I would love to see NAGIS come back. I think it's a great complementary event to Gamecon Canada. For us here in Edmonton, it makes for very few excuses to not attend.
Yeah,
Right.
very true.
They made it accessible with their price points. They allowed students to also be part of the event and made that affordable as well.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, in the future, it just makes a lot of sense for us to continue supporting what they're trying to build here. And then it gives us all an opportunity to connect with people from traveling from out of town. We had publishers from all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That normally, and I've spoken to multiple from China, France, there were some from Brazil, and they had never come to Edmonton before, but they came for NAGIS.
Yeah.
So it was great to see that.
Amazing.
It's a great draw, and I really hope it continues to get bigger because they sold it out first year.
Yeah, and that's a great sign of support. First year sold out.
Amazing.
So
it tells you that that's a resource I think that's been severely lacking and severely wanted, you know, and like you said, for a lot of these indie devs, this has maybe been the first opportunity for them to get in front of a publisher or an investor that, you know, they can truly, you know, rather than sitting on a Teams call and, you know, just doing a pitch deck and all that stuff, it's nice to actually sit down face to face.
And that's the same type of feedback that I heard speaking to different indies that aren't even from Edmonton. Some from Vancouver saying, like, I'm so glad that I could take a flight to Edmonton and meet with publishers and potential investors that I've never had a chance to speak to.
Yeah.
So it's really unique in that way. And then from the publisher perspective, there were a couple here visiting from China who said they had 22 meetings over 2 days.
People have been busy.
Holy smokes. Yeah, like that's just, I love seeing that. You know, I hope that it continues to build and it gets bigger and bigger every year because I agree with you. I think it's something that we really need. And like you said, it's a differentiator, you know, between, okay, you've got GameCon, you've got some other Canadian events, you know, maybe as a developer, if I can only pick one, you know what, let's do GameCon because I can take advantage of NAGIS. And, you know, there's more value added to that.
Yeah.
So.
We have 5 student projects being showcased at our booth. Okay. And I believe 4 out of the 5 have stated this is their first convention.
Wow. Okay.
Gamecon Canada, very first
setting the bar high
showcasing.
No kidding. Yeah, no kidding.
And then for NAGIS as well. So that's the first for these studios or these, I'll call them project groups, aspiring indie studios. And when I hear that, I just say, you know, this, like you said, it's a good standard to set. Not all conventions are of this scale.
Yeah.
So at least moving forward, if you travel to another event, even GDC's show floor is smaller than this.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I gotta ask, because I mean, I could talk to you forever, but I gotta ask. You mentioned five student projects are at your booth. Can you talk to us a little bit about that? And you know, how do you find these kinds of projects? That's really interesting.
Yeah. Well, as a economic development agency, we want to make sure there's a pathway into the industry. And one of the areas we found an opportunity in is looking at the local post-secondaries, understanding their video game programs, whether it's through computer science or a diploma program. And then we said, well, how do they get real-world experience now that they've built a game and they understand a little bit more about the craft of making video games?
Right.
So the next step was, it's time to learn a little bit more about business development and get them familiar with the rest of the industry.
Okay.
Right. So we created a Trailhead program that works with the University of Alberta and NATE.
Oh,
so
cool. Okay.
Between these two schools, we invite student projects, and the idea is to provide them with mentorship with other indie studios that have more experience.
Okay.
So this allows them to have a comfortable transition into the industry, such as showcasing at events like Gamecon Canada.
Right.
A lot of these students don't think beyond the courses that they're in when they're in school, and fairly so. There's a lot of information to digest.
For sure, yeah.
So our idea was let's get them connected to the industry by giving them a taste of what indies and AA studios do at conventions like Gamecon Canada and NAGIS. So the idea is from May leading up to Gamecon Canada, there's a series of workshops that they go through in the Trailhead program.
Okay.
And it familiarizes them with industry-specific knowledge that isn't always covered, and typically it isn't covered in post-secondaries.
Right.
So this would be things like, what does showcasing actually look like at an event? Right. Like even with you guys, you've got a booth here, you've got ways to interact with people, invite them into the interview, and we want to tell them, you've got to put yourself out there and showcase your game, find different ways to attract people, and maybe they'll wish list, maybe they'll give you a playthrough.
Yeah.
Who knows? You might even meet a publisher who just likes what you're doing.
Totally.
So that's basically what the Trailhead program does, and that's the intent is to give a bit of a hand-holding process as they enter the industry.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what you don't know until you find out about it, and you're like, oh, I really don't know anything.
Well, and definitely when you're in post-secondary, you have such tunnel vision over, I've got to focus on my course, I've got to focus on my work.
Yeah.
It's nice to have that external. Have you ever considered, doing this or getting this set up? But it's just it really, like you said, it's real world experience that kind of opens their eyes to maybe some other things.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
And there's no cost to them. Like the whole point of this program is to make it as educational and as accessible as possible. All we ask is if you're interested and you end up qualifying for the program, then put in the effort, because this is your opportunity to explore your studio or expand your video game.
Right.
We actually have a few Trailhead program participants in the past who ended up forming a studio and then participating in our Summit Push program, where they end up going to Germany.
Oh, wow.
So now they were once a mentee, and they became the mentor to another student project.
Cool. You love that. You love to see that giving back to the program and really trying to build it that way too.
Yeah, so it keeps the community tight, and it allows things to grow organically, because there's a shared value around providing knowledge and handing it down to other developers in the community.
Of course, yeah. Well, and then the one thing that we've learned, certainly in our time, is for as large as the gaming industry is, the community is very close.
That I can absolutely echo. It is a huge industry, but it is equally connected.
Yeah.
It really does feel like it's 2 degrees of separation apart to everyone else.
Yeah. I'd love to
the
see
amount of
that.
people that have introduced us just to other people. Like you've brought several studios over, or suggested that they come talk to us.
Yeah.
Same with the guys from Lucid Rain. They took a bunch of our cards. Like, hey, go talk to these guys. We did last year, and it's working out pretty good for us. So.
I love that. Yeah, it is that connected. So I was talking to our studios and just double checking, this is a perfect example of what it means to put yourself out there and just reach out.
Yeah.
So come by the Good Enough Gaming Podcasts booth and then see if they have a time slot. Yeah. It's little things like that, just putting yourself out there, I think is as simple as it sounds, but it just doesn't happen enough when you're new in the industry.
It's just a practice thing. Like, it gets easier the more you do it.
Yeah.
So having something low stakes like this is great too.
Yeah.
Because I know some devs were scared or nervous to come talk to us, but once they did, it's a lot easier to just get in the groove. And I always tell them, this is just another practice pitch.
Yeah.
It's just another chance for you to talk about this thing you're passionate about doing with a lot of people.
Yep.
So if people are trying to find more info about Edmonton Screen or all the things you're doing, let's do a quick shameless plug here.
That camera right there. Give them a...
Absolutely. Hey, everyone. I'm Ronny Villanueva with Edmonton Screen. If you're in the Edmonton region, you're an emerging developer studio, and you're interested in getting more involved in the community, we've got our website, edmontonscreen.com. Check it out for more information. We have a variety of programs, not just the ones we spoke about today, but there's other programs available to help you get more involved, not just locally, maybe you need to travel to an event for professional development purposes, you can get support from us for those types of things too. So yeah, that's me. That's us at Edmonton Screen.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Ronny, thanks so much for coming on today. It was great to talk to you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks,
you.
man.
Thank you.
We've got another indie dev here, Adrian from the Frozen Machine.
Nice to have you.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Tell us a little bit about your game. Like, what are we building here? What did we bring to NAGIS and Gamecon this year?
So the first machine was started about 10 years ago now. So it's actually our 10-year anniversary in July, I want to say.
Okay.
So very soon, yeah. We're very excited. We published 3 games in the past, and right now we're working on our first PC and hopefully console game.
Okay.
Project title Hero Hunt.
Hero Hunt.
Yeah, it is a base builder tower defense with 90s first-person shooter aesthetics.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So where did that idea come from? Like how did this all come to fruition for this game?
Yeah, so before we started the company, we actually kind of like developed a list of ideas of games that we wanted to make.
Okay.
Hero Hunt was one of them, in which we wanted to make originally it was like a 2D game on which you place traps and try to trick the hero into like falling.
Oh,
You
okay.
play as the villain, actually.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And it kind of evolved from there. So now it is an isometric full 3D with a completely unique self-developed machine learning algorithm.
Oh.
That doesn't use any predatory AI tools.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So how long have you been working on Hero Hunt for specifically?
For Hero Hunt specifically, we've been working on it for about 6 months.
6 months. Okay. So it's still in the earlier
We're very
stages?
early,
Okay.
yeah. So there's no trailer still. There's no Steam
Okay.
page right now.
Okay.
But yeah, we're hoping to show a lot more very soon.
Okay. Do you have sort of a roadmap for things you would like to add? Like, are there some features that you have in your mind that you're working towards on it?
Yeah, so right now the most important thing is to finish developing the machine learning algorithm.
Okay.
We're very close to getting it done. Once that's done, we're going to be developing more traps, more hero types.
Okay.
All of them kind of like parodies of 90s shooter
Okay.
heroes.
Okay.
So like Lara Croft, Doom Guy, and stuff like that. But some of the features that we really want to develop is the ability for people to share their levels online and either
A community builder kind of deal, yeah.
and either kind of like build together or be able to play as the hero and go to first person mode. So
Okay.
traverse the level and see if you get tricked and die or not.
Wow. So obviously like, we're very short end. Do you have like a pie in the sky sort of like year, like how long does it take for something like this to actually release in full form?
So right now we want to have like another year to work on the prototype.
Okay.
And after that, once all the base systems are done, we believe that we can launch in early access within 6 months after prototyping is done.
Wow.
So within a year and a half, more or less, we could go on early access and hopefully come back and show it off here. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So if people are trying to find updates or more things about your games, give us a little shameless self-plug here. So where can they find everything?
Yeah,
'Cause we do love a good shameless
So
self-plug.
Frozen Machine is on every platform. We're literally on everything except TikTok. That's the only thing that we're not in. But Frozen Machine, thefrozenmachine.com is our website. There you can find literally links for everything. We're active on our Discord. You can reach out on YouTube, Blue Sky, Instagram, whatever. Yeah.
Amazing. Thanks for coming on
Yeah,
today.
thank you
Tell
very
us
much for
all
having
about
me.
it. We're looking forward to Hero Hunt.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see how it develops.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
We are back once again. We brought the big man, the head honcho, Chris from Maybell Consulting.
The myth, the legend. I'm
The
here.
man, yeah. How
I'm
we
here.
doing?
Amazing.
We're
amazing.
day 3 of the con.
Well, day
I mean,
5 for me.
Five? Yeah.
Day
You've been
5
here a
for
bit
me.
longer,
Well, actually,
yeah.
day 7 for me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So it's
But
been a long run.
It has been a long run, but a ton of fun. Like so much fun. North American Game Industry Summit. That was crazy. Yesterday,
That sold out.
we sold out first year. Year 1.
That's incredible.
And the
Year
feedback,
1.
the feedback we've heard from talking to the people we have has been so positive.
Yeah, it really has.
Oh man, you guys, like, and we've talked about this off camera. We've talked about it on camera too.
Yeah.
But doing North American Game Industry Summit is going to be so important for this show.
Yeah.
Because we had publishers down that would have never looked at us in a million years, or taken them a few years to really like want to look into us, and almost everyone came onto the floor and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. And they were astonished, and they were like, "We're coming back next year. We're going to be here, and we're going to bring our IPs, and we're going to bring more stuff. We're actually going to expand North American Game Industry Summit into an extra day next year."
Oh my goodness!
Yeah. And there's going to be some exciting stuff, but I don't know. It's just.
I mean, we talked to some indie devs who had 10, 15, 20 meetings over the couple days.
The meet to match and like just making pitches.
Non-stop busy.
Getting their product out there, like such a unique and amazing experience for them. And there's already like follow-up for some of them, which is amazing.
Almost all of them have asked what we're doing for next year and how we're going to do this. And I'll tell you guys, we're going to go from 50 turnkey booth spaces for devs to 250. We're going to more than double down on this. So for them, it's invaluable. And I was so happy that they got to sit in front of these publishers and get noticed. And we don't know if anything's going to happen yet, but I've had a handful of guys tell us that they're getting second and third meetings getting ready to be booked with publishers that want to talk to them. So can you imagine if one of these games gets picked up and it happened from this event? I mean, that's the goal, but that's what we're hoping for.
Well, that's been the coolest thing to see is some of these indie devs without NAGIS, probably wouldn't even have had the chance to be face to face with a publisher or with an investor or the fact that you guys are offering that, like you said, it creates such an additional value for the Gamecon side of it. That hopefully continues to grow and it's incredible.
We're gonna go hard next year, guys, and we got some big IPs coming next year that are gonna be at both, which is great. I can't wait to see what next year brings. We're already started working on it, so it's gonna be interesting.
It's crazy that this event hasn't even finished yet. And we're already like, okay, so
What's
year.
next?
What are we doing?
Every year, I think this happens to me a little bit, but this year specifically, I'm already just hyper focused on next year and what we can be doing. And we've had such good advice from people too on things that they'd like to see.
Okay.
And some of the stuff, it's like, we've tried that, but and some of the stuff is like, that is a great idea. We're gonna do that. So it's been great.
Do you want to elaborate on a few things that you might try and look into for next year?
Do we get a Gamecon exclusive? Is that
2027 exclusive?
I'm gonna start telling you guys all this stuff, and Mark's gonna fucking lose his shit. Because he's gonna be like, look at all this extra work. We're gonna add an extra day. We're talking about doing we've got a really big company, I'm not gonna say who, out of the United States, that does massive video game showcases. You guys saw our video game showcase.
Yes.
It's good. We just started. I like doing it, it's fun, but there's guys that do it a hell of a lot better than we do it. And they come with a lot of big IPs, a lot of AAAs. And they're like, we want your stage, we want to do it with you guys. So if we do that, we're talking about a video game showcase that would be huge. And it could lead into, and we've been approached for the North American Games Awards.
Whoa.
So that could be, that might actually be its own day. So we might have to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will be North American Game Industry Summit. Thursday will be the North American Awards, Game Awards, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you guys are going to take more time off.
This is going to be so awesome.
It's going to be huge.
It's the NAGAS.
Oh, the NAGAS?
North American Game
You have to be really
Awards.
careful how we say that one.
Yes, but also World of Warcraft.
No.
Naga.
Come up with something. And actually, a lot of the publishers that were down, they were really excited about the big IPs we have on the board game side.
Okay.
And they're like, you guys should be bringing more of that into this, because there is that crossover. We already know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're looking to do games. The games are looking to do board games, right? So so that could be a possibility too. Yeah, absolutely.
Are you gonna have to expand to another hall?
We're expanding to another hall for sure next year.
Awesome.
We're also talking about rearranging everything.
Okay.
Because I don't like the fact that 3 years is enough. let's move the Megas. Let's do something different. So when you come in, you have to rediscover the show.
Mix it up.
I like
Right?
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe the board game's on this side. Maybe the Mega Hall's in the center. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do something crazy. But we got an extra hall next year, and then by 2028, we have the entire place. So we'll be just under 600,000 square feet.
That's incredible, man.
That is so many things to do.
That's
Especially if you
so
don't
much
have a
to do.
weekend pass, you're not even going to be able to fit in everything to do.
How was yesterday for you guys? That was crazy, eh?
Yesterday
Oh
was
man,
bonkers.
it was insane.
That was a very rushed start to the day, but like
What a way
I think
to
we
start.
rode the high for the rest of the day because Deborah was phenomenal.
Yep.
It was so fun to talk to her, and she's just
I didn't even need an energy drink. I was just jumping. I was
Yeah.
just bouncing from that whole interview.
and then we ended up getting to go see her show.
Yeah.
Tales of Wood Creek, and it was so cool.
I was
you,
so awesome.
You should have seen how high Jordan jumped when Ginny D screamed in the back
No
of the.
way.
It was a puddle.
So funny.
My soul left my body
Oh.
for a couple of seconds.
He literally grabbed onto me.
How cool is that too? Like because
whole show.
none of the fans knew she was going to be involved.
No.
Yeah.
I did not know she was going to be involved. I missed the whole thing because I had to be somewhere else. So I wish I was there
Yeah.
to see it with you guys. But Mark called to tell me, and he was like, "Oh, you won't believe what just happened." And
Some
Mark
dude
did
pissed himself in the.
Oh my god, yeah.
There
It
was
was
no
like
kissing.
kind of
No
aware,
kissing happened.
but like,
Everybody relax.
Oh man, no,
That's
it was a
so
crazy
cool,
day, and we actually ran out of lanyards.
That's nuts.
Like we had over
So
20,000 people yesterday, and then we had to actually order more lanyards, and they just arrived at the hotel. So
Wow.
we went to pick them up because we,
Yeah.
Ran
what
out
a
of
problem
land.
to have.
Yeah.
Like,
You need
you know,
them,
I thought for sure we had enough. I thought we were gonna have extras for next year.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Not so much. So what you're telling us is next year we're gonna need to be here the whole week.
I was
That's
gonna.
kind of what it's coming to.
So I was gonna say. So we're last time we're on Father's Day, and I know you guys. You're gonna have to take the week off. Yeah, it's gonna
oh man.
to figure this out. You gotta figure it out.
now, if it's on Father's Day again,
It won't be.
okay. So, because I think we may as well just have the GameCon GEG collaboration Airbnb.
We talked about this the other day, and problem is my hotel sponsors are watching, and they're like, "You better not go anywhere." That sounds like a hell of a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, it does sound like a lot
Hey,
of fun.
We'll build a hub.
We'll order
Yeah.
a bigger pizza next time.
We're gonna get the biggest one available.
56 inches.
Is there one bigger than that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yes.
I'm down. I'm
I don't know
down.
how you box that thing, but yes,
Yeah,
there is a
man.
bigger
Josh
one.
is the biggest pizza guy you'll ever. So like, we got the right guy.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Sign me up.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
down.
in.
I'm definitely down.
All right, now to bring it back to GameCon.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
What would be the highlight for you of this?
Do
of
you
this
have a
year's
highlight?
Show? Yeah. Is
Oh,
there
God.
something that stands out?
Every year, I get asked this question from other people too. Like, what did you like the most? The problem is I'm running around like so frantically. The mega stage every year is obviously exceptional. You guys already said it. You know, working with celebrities like Deborah and Will. Not everybody is amazing to work with, but Deborah was amazing to work
So
with.
100%.
She always is every year. Like, I'll bring her back every year if we can.
Yeah.
Plus the announcement of the new God of War. Like,
Yeah.
like,
The
what
timing was
amazing
nice.
timing on that,
That's
hey?
good timing.
be
Yeah,
so
it's
good.
incredible.
I gotta go to the Warhammer booth, you guys, because
Yeah.
every year they just go harder and harder.
That paint and take area was massive.
It's insane. Like last year, the paint and take was nice. They had the banners. They had this year they got the great big giant lit up walls,
Yes.
and it just gets more and more elaborate, and they're bringing more and more cool stuff. So I think that
when you see like the crazy cons online and like people going like that's what it looks like in the Warhammer. Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's like we've hit the mark here in Edmonton that looks like the best thing you can go to.
Did you guys see our battle armor that was made for us?
No.
Oh
we
my
did not
goodness.
see that.
The
No.
purple.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Was he wearing it on
Yes.
stage? Okay, yeah.
That's he made that for us. There's a base that's gonna sit in our office, and it sits with a
Oh, hell
sword
yeah.
like this, and all propped
Absolutely.
up with our insignia. And
That's so dope.
good.
Warhammer's happy. They're gonna make us some extra little add-ons for the suit just to throw in there. But what a cool thing to have in the office. There, that's my highlight. There you go.
Yeah, I
That's
like
it.
that.
God.
a good choice.
We're going to need to see a picture of that once that gets situated in
I
your
will
office.
send it to you guys. It is
Oh,
gonna be
man.
like right when you enter the door of the office.
Yeah.
It'll just be
I'm
sitting
gonna
there.
crawl in and then I'm gonna scare Jordan again.
Ah, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. What was the highlight for you guys so far?
Honestly, like just the amount of guests we've had this weekend has been phenomenal. Not only just like that we've had Deborah and Noura, like just the volume, just getting through as many interviews as we had has been so cool. I think it's such a full schedule.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I think the fact too that people are excited to come talk to us.
Yeah.
Like the Inferious guys, we love those guys because they were excited. They wanted to come back, and they were very successful this year with their big indie pitch.
I don't say like we were the good luck charm that pushed a lot of age or anything, but
you know, 100% of the big indie pitch winners have been on the Good Enough podcast.
That is true. That is
There's
a
something
stat
to be
that
said
exists.
there.
That's the stat.
That is a statistic right there. Yeah.
So I honestly, like, talking to Deborah was just so phenomenal. And just seeing how excited she gets about D&D, about
So
like,
passionate.
and it's refreshing that it's just like someone cares so much about things and wants to be a part of it.
Some people are paid. They're paid to be. She's not paid to do that.
No,
it's like that's in her.
You can tell
It's
it's
authentic.
genuine. Yeah.
She's a storyteller. She loves people. She loves her friends. She loves the community around it. Oh yeah, can't say enough good things about her. So.
Yeah. And we will echo all those things. Yes.
Immensely.
Jordan?
And then some.
Yeah, honestly, it's probably a cheap answer, but honestly, I love the GameCon experience. Like, I love coming to the weekend. It's so much work. It's a lot of sleepless nights, but honestly, it is so much fun. We feed off of the crowd and how excited they are, and being able to have such a full schedule with interviews and everything, and just seeing game developers that are so happy and excited to share their game with the public.
Yeah.
And for some of these guys, this is their first time showing it to the public. And you can see the fear in their eyes.
Yes.
But then as soon as people start, they get great feedback and they're loving it. It's a really inspiring thing to see.
100%. I was gonna say, I what you just said. You see the fear in their eyes, but then you also see the joy when they can tell that somebody is enjoying it.
Exactly.
Like that's like your baby. It's your thing. You dumped every ounce of your soul into it. When someone's enjoying it, like that'd be a crazy feeling for those.
You guys got like record number wish lists this year on
Oh my
Steam?
God. So I don't even know what it's at today, but yeah, we'll talk about that for sure, because I get a call yesterday from Mark. I'm in a meeting and he's calling me and I keep swiping left. Like, Mark, I'm busy. I'm busy. And then there was the third call in a row. Like I would hang up and he'd call back. I'm okay, there's an emergency.
Yeah.
So I answered the phone and then he's like, check, I'm going to show you your name, but you got to check this out real quick. And it was yesterday's Steam event that we do. So we didn't make first page this year of Steam, but I think we will next year, because yesterday we were at over 2.5 million views on our Steam page. But the important number is we were at like 45,000 wish lists and purchases, which is more than double from last year. And it's literally 100% the reason why we're doing like these turnkey booth spaces for the devs. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get them the wish list, the purchases, trying to make some business happen. Like it's the whole reason we're doing this. So I can't wait to see what it is today, because that was yesterday.
Yeah, that was just one day.
I haven't even looked. I'm gonna go look now. Maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see.
Wait till the end of the
Wait
show.
till the end.
Wait till the end of the show.
Right? Yeah. 100%. So, it's crazy.
That's so cool, man.
So you're a busy guy. We gotta let you get back to work here.
Thanks, guys.
Chris, we really appreciate you being here, supporting us,
always,
being a part of all of this, getting this thing off the ground.
We'll do the after hours episode later.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Behind the curtains episode.
Behind the curtains.
You know I'm itching to do it.
Well, I know you are. We'll make it happen. We'll make sure it happens.
Right on.
So thanks a lot. We hope you have a busy but not busy day.
Yes. You guys aren't leaving today, are you?
And we're leaving tonight. I gotta work tomorrow.
Me too.
You guys never learn.
Yeah.
The barn burner tonight. Okay.
Once again, Chris,
Thank you so much.
Consulting, Gamecon Canada, big wig.
The man.
No wig.
The man.
Thanks, Chris. All right, we're back again. Just another.
Yeah, sorry guys.
There we go. We have Jim from Corvian Marketing.
Hello.
Seth from Virtual Reality. You're back.
I returned, yes.
Can't get rid of him.
No. We were actually fortunate enough to play more of Sunset Sucker Punch on stream earlier.
What you guys think of it?
It was awesome. It's already on my wish list. So.
It's so good. Yeah, for anybody that was looking at it on stream, if you like Devil May Cry type games, quick twitch movements, really tight combat gameplay, honestly, check it out. It's my kind of jam. I know we were talking about it off camera, but like honestly, I can't wait to see more of it. It scratches all the itches in the brain. It really does. Yeah, it's awesome, man.
Can we quote you on that? Scratches all the itches in the brain.
Scratches all the itches in my brain.
Excellent.
Yeah,
We're gonna quote you on our Steam page.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Good enough gaming podcast.
It's good enough.
It's good enough. That's all we go for.
Funny enough, though, when we hit that Be Right Back screen after we switched gears, it was the same aesthetic as. So we found a little extra connection that way.
I thought that was on purpose. I thought you guys had like managed to put together an entire screen in a few minutes.
No, that was just
all
pure
happenstance.
coincidence.
Exceptional.
It works out very well. So, Jem, you're with Corvian Marketing.
That's correct, yes. Do I need to be closer to the mic? Incidentally?
Maybe a little bit.
I want to make sure people can actually hear me.
What do you do? What does a marketing? Because you're the CEO.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. The amount of CEOs I've talked to this week. The CEO of Corvian Marketing. What do you do with your marketing firm?
So we are functionally a publisher. I don't call myself that because we don't do funding. We don't do portalization, localization, and we don't do porting.
Okay.
We do everything else. So we do PR, we do QA, we do community management, social media marketing, we do Kickstarters, we do Steam page, we do paid ads, we do user acquisition, we do everything under the sun for video games, except for those aforementioned three.
Right. So how does one get into that sort of line of work?
Traditionally, I have no idea. I used to work at a corporate marketing company that I got laid off of, and I needed to pay the bills. And a very dear friend of mine, she's actually here walking around, Anna Wolf from Stika the Game. They're developing a Unreal Engine 5 horror game based on Ukrainian folklore, terrifying.
Oh, cool.
And they were just starting up, and she said, hey, come run my Instagram for me. And I said, sure, I need to pay the bills. And that snowballed into where I am now. So I started out as a freelancer, just kind of stumbling my way through it. Now I'm here.
Very cool.
How many different developers does Corvian represent?
Currently, so I call it my murder because it's a murder of crows. My murder is 12 or 13 strong.
Okay.
Yeah, and we have capacity for up to 20 at a time.
Oh wow. Now, how did the two of you link up to start working together?
Oh, this is a really funny story.
This is a very fun story, and it's going to allow us to shout out so many of our other developer friends developing cool games.
So incidentally, what a banger question.
Great question. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
So I was invited to showcase Sucker Punch at VGLX and at the Toronto Game Expo. Just like a few months back in like October and November and such, right? And so come October, I was seated next to a couple of very fine gentlemen, Nick and Nihar, at S Cubed Studios.
S Cubed Entertainment. They're a multimedia company. Currently, their game is DC3 Viral Menace. Think like Magic School Bus the game. You shrink yourself down to microscopic size. They're actually working with the CDC and the University of McMaster because they've done such an exceptional job mapping the human immune system. So, Nick and Nihar, we love you very much. You're very, very talented.
Okay.
Yeah, incredible human beings. Some of our closest friends.
Very cool.
And so we shared a table at that expo, right, VGLX. And so at the time, it was just me expoing there. And so, we kind of made quick friends there, and they largely kept me human while I was there because, I didn't have the chance to go and get some food or take a break or anything, And so we hit it off, and we're still buddies now. And at the end of the expo, they said, "Hey, we're gonna get you in touch with our marketing lady. She's excellent at what she does. She's highly recommended and stuff. And we'll set up that introduction and stuff like that." And so then a week later, maybe if that, we got an email, and it was for an intake call with Corvian Marketing. Yeah. And so fantastic, we sat down, we had that chat at the start of November, and we had this talk, and all of her services sounded really good. And then she realized on the same day that we realized that we can't afford her because we are broke indie devs. And so she was all polite, she was all, okay, well, you can reach out with any questions you might have. She was really sweet about it, but we can't afford her. So we went our separate ways. That was it. Toronto Game Expo came around at the end of November. And there was this, on the second day, there was this little coffee event that her company had been sponsoring. I didn't know that at the time, but it was sponsoring it. And so as I'm sitting down there, a bunch of awkward game devs trying to make awkward game dev social talk and stuff, I see her standing out the front doing the address, and I think, I know that lady, And so after she'd done her address, I walk up and I go,
This
hey.
is where it gets embarrassing for me.
Oh yeah. And so then I walk out and I go, hey, how's it going? I'm Seth, and she cuts me off and she goes, hi, yeah, I'm actually really busy right now, so I think we should talk afterwards. And she goes back to what she's doing and I said, okay. I mean, I just wanted to like we had an intake like a few weeks ago, but deuces, no worries, man.
Yeah.
So then I sat back down and that was it. Call it like an hour or two later after that event and after like Toronto Game Expo had kicked off and proper, she comes by the booth. She says to apologize. This is what she says.
I did apologize.
Yes. Well, so she comes by the booth and we actually had a conversation like two human beings at that point, and it was just interests aligned, opinions on marketing and what makes games fun and good just kind of aligned there, and from there it was a very easy like sort of companionship, I think. Yeah.
Oh, good. That's good. I like that. That's a good introduction for sure.
Yeah. It's funny. The two of the people that I would say have had the biggest impact on my life and my career and also my personal life, both introductions start with a very, very embarrassing story for me, which is great because every time somebody asks me, how we met, the story has to be told.
You're a busy lady. You're doing things.
I am. I'm a busy lady. I'm doing things and embarrassing myself along the way.
So you've got 12 studios working with you right now.
That's correct.
What was your goal coming to NAGIS and Gamecon?
So Corvian is a for-profit company. It will probably always be a for-profit company, but it is not. Profit is not my end goal. Every penny and cent that I take from indie developers allows me to reinvest it into the Canadian gaming scene. And that was my goal with sponsoring NAGIS and also being here.
Right.
There is such a big divide between biz dev and game dev with indies, especially with smaller areas. And I'm trying to bridge that gap. And so I want to be able to help studios for free. I want to be able to mentor people. I want to be able to help people do workshops, all sorts of things like that, rip apart pitch decks. I want to be able to offer all of those resources for free. And in order to do that, I have paying clients. So that is kind of my end goal with Corvian, is to be able to give back to the Canadian indie community. And so my goal here with NAGIS is to help people.
It's like a lawyer working pro bono cases.
Essentially, yeah. Yeah, essentially.
A company that actually wants to help the people that they work with. It's kind of a novel concept in today's day and age.
Crazy.
It's great to hear that you have such a collaborative relationship with the people that you work with, because we believe that, like you said, there is a little bit of a gap in between what indie devs want to accomplish and the resources that are available to them. And it's nice that you've kind of found sort of that divide that you can sort of patch together. So
yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of it is just like, I'll speak to devs and I say, what's your pitch? And they go, I don't have one. What's your USP? What's a USP? Where's your pitch deck? Oh, it's 37 slides.
A lot of devs tend to just, they still make the assumption that if you just make a game, people will show up to play it. That might be true. Maybe like one in like 100 chances, but and so they're completely out of touch with the biz dev side of things. And those that do gain that awareness that I need to do my homework and stuff like that, they've either done it when they're too far into the project, or as they're trying to do this homework, they start making their cursory Google searches and stuff like that, and they're met with AI articles. They're met with articles that are a decade old. They're met with obfuscated information they have to pay for, and it's it's one big ball ache that nobody knows how to navigate.
Right.
And I think it's why it's really great that she was willing to answer questions that we had for free, which is functionally consultation, but without cost and such, so it's...
I think that another thing that they experience as well is information overwhelm. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Let me Google. Oh my God, there's 94 Reddit threads devoted to this, and everyone is saying something slightly different because pitch decks are objective only up to a certain point, and then they become subjective, and then it's a matter of having an instinct or having knowledge or having experience that a lot of them just don't have. So information overwhelm is also a really, really real thing when you do start, get past the AI articles and the paywalled information and everything like that. So it's it's a no-win situation for a lot of them.
Absolutely.
So if indie devs are looking to start out to try and have themselves prepared for like events like this, is there any like small pieces of advice you would give them to start out with? Like, where's the jumping off point for an indie dev to be here and to try and sell themselves?
Figure out your CTA. Do you want people to buy your game? Do you want people to wishlist your game? Do you just want people to look at your game? Do you want feedback from people?
Right.
CTA is call to action.
I was about to clarify, but I
Yeah, CTA is call to action. Figure out what your call to action is. What do you want out of the people who are going to visit your booth? And then every other piece of prep that you do should be structured around that. Do you want people to wish list? Make it easy for people to wish list, or include in your pitch that you should wish list. From a marketing perspective, that would be my biggest piece of advice. From a developer standpoint, I'm sure there might be something different.
Now, are we talking just like, launching into making a project, or actually coming to these events?
Coming to these events, like what as a developer that is here, what are some pitfalls that maybe other devs can avoid for their first time in the future?
Be ready to talk to people is kind of it. Like, people come to these cons to play games, but especially in Canadian cons, people are very polite, and they don't want, if they perceive that you are busy or otherwise occupied, they do not want to just insert themselves into your booth and stuff. And so if you are showing up and you have your project on display and you see somebody who makes eye contact with you or with your art, you need to play the role of random Pokemon trainer on Route 33 who's exactly.
Yeah.
They walk in front of you, they make eye contact, hi, how's it going, man? And then you ask them, hey, can I give you the spiel? Can I tell you about my project? That's what they're there for. They want to hear about it. And those that don't, just politely, okay, yeah, no worries, man, and you let them go. You should also, figure out what you want to get out of it. Is this a project you're doing for fun or to learn? Is this a project that you want to try and bring to market and be commercially successful? Because if it's the latter, make sure you've done all of your homework, because you are going to run into people who can make that happen, but they won't make it happen unless you can convince them that you've done your homework. Figure out your budgets. Talk to people who can help you figure out your budget. Figure out what you need, why you need them, and stuff like that. You have to take a step back and look at your game with a certain degree of objectivity. That is a learned skill in and of itself, because, if you're making a game because you love games or because you love your project that's close to your heart, it is nigh impossible to distance yourself in the way that you need to make these decisions and stuff, Because,
I'm sure that we could launch into little bits of advice for hours. The one, another big one I will say is be prepared to hear some of the, can I swear on this podcast?
Absolutely.
Be prepared to hear some nasty shit said about your game.
Yeah.
Be prepared for someone to walk up to you and look at your, let's call it a roguelike deck builder, and go, have you tried making it more like The Sims? Your game kind of sucks right now and it should be more like The Sims. That's not someone who's going to play a roguelike deck builder anyway. That's somebody who's going to play The Sims.
Yep.
So you're gonna hear some nasty shit said about your game. Or one of the favorite pieces of feedback I've ever gotten for a game I was expoing with was someone walked past, looked at the art and went, it looks kind of primitive, and then kept walking. I restrained myself from violence, but
yeah, good for you.
Be prepared to hear that and understand that it's not a reflection on you as a developer or your game.
It's just one opinion.
People just suck sometimes. Sorry.
Hey, you heard it here first. Definitely people
just suck
can
sometimes.
suck.
So before we wrap up, we always love to do a shameless self-plug here. If anybody's looking for marketing, if they're looking for anything in that way, how do they find you?
You can just Google Corvian Marketing. We're the first thing that pops up. We're also we partner with a lot of smaller organizations in Ontario. Our logo is on the NAGIS website, North America Games Industry Summit. So if you go to the North America Games Industry Summit website, you will find our logo that is hyperlinked to our website. Or just find Jem Johnson on LinkedIn and send me a message. We're easy to find, and like Seth said, we're just here to help people.
Love it.
Jem, Seth, thank you so much for being on today. We
Thank you
appreciate
for having
your time.
us.
I hope you guys have a great rest of your convention. Wrap this up and get to go home at some point.
Get some sleep. Yeah.
That would be great. Thank you for having me again.
That'd be wonderful.
Awesome.
Absolutely happy to.
Yeah.
So we're here. Who are you and who are you here with?
Introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself.
What's going on, guys? My name is Adam Hepburn from Elo, and Yeah, that's basically Elo's the company. Adam's my name.
Yeah.
That's easy enough.
Really easy to spell.
Yeah. So Adam, we talked off camera a little bit yesterday. Kind of about your journey and how things have progressed over kind of concept phase into production. You said you had some fun stories.
I got stories. I always like to tell these stories because I don't want people to get into something that they will end up regretting for the rest of their life almost. Running a business is hard, but hardware specifically is something that is very unforgiving. Just to give you an example, this controller, because we had to make our own custom molds, it costs about $400,000 from just the R&D and molds.
Trav, you want to hold
before you make a single unit.
Yeah, hold it up again.
So, as a small company without an individual, without any sort of external investment, you're taking out mortgages on your house, you're selling, sold my rental property, took out a mortgage on the house, had to go down to China because of the cultural difference and live there for a year and a half, learn the language, yell at the engineers in order to get this stuff over the finish line. Yeah, man.
Holy smokes.
Lots of relationships broken because of that.
Yeah. And here we are. We've got some finished products, and what I guess a little bit about the company and sort of what got you into this. What was the inspiration for you to say, you know what, this is kind of what I want to do and what I want to focus on?
Yeah, so I wanted to start making gaming peripherals. I feel like a lot of companies have gotten away from making the premium gaming peripherals for like esports players. You see a lot more stuff that's a lot higher margin, like licensing. Licensing is a big thing where they can just remake the same product and they're not really
on it.
Yeah, exactly, right? You just hydro dip it or whatever you do, and they're not really pushing the envelope. If you look at the technology that's available for mice or headphones, or even though it's more expensive for the consumer at the end of the day, there are people who want the best, right? They will pay $500 for a keyboard, right? And it's not for everybody, but there are people. But the problem was keyboard and mice and headsets, it's very saturated. So it's impossible to get your hat in the game. So we need to start somewhere. And mobile gaming, we have, it's growing extremely fast with cloud gaming, faster internet speeds,
big time.
Remote play gaming. Steam is really pushing the envelope with this type of gaming as well, with all their emulation that they're doing. And so we decided to make a mobile gaming controller. Very small market, very niche market, but I always say riches are in the niches.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what I decided to do.
And at the end of the day, everybody has a phone.
Yeah, exactly.
We're in that day and age.
You have a phone, don't you?
Everybody's got a cell phone, and I've certainly played games where I'm sitting on a bus or I'm waiting for a flight, and it's like, I don't have my gaming stuff with me. So it's like, let's pull up the Pokemon emulator, on my phone, and some of those games, it would be nice to have a dedicated, piece of hardware that would work with that sort of thing. So, there's definitely a use case for something like this, for sure.
100%.
Now, we see some other stuff here. Obviously we've got, a gaming travel adapter, 140 watt, which is very nice to see, because
it's international too, right? It's got the adapters on it.
EU, UK, open it up. It's already open, so you're gonna go. EU, UK, US, Australia. The reason why it's another one of those things. So I'll show you everything here.
Honestly, also this packaging.
Packaging is great.
It feels like a very premium product.
You would never know that we're poor. you would never know. So it has the EU, US, UK. I travel a lot for work. We have the 140 watt cable right here.
And retractable.
Retractable.
Thank the Lord. Yes.
So nice. I can't name any names, but you'd be surprised the companies that you've seen for years who are on shelves, who they don't even do their R&D anymore.
Right.
They don't do any work on products. They just buy it off the shelf from China, white label it,
Yeah.
and then after they don't ever push the envelope. And the problem is that the Chinese factories, and that's moving out of China now, but the factories are not getting feedback from the customers. So the products that they develop aren't solving the problems that people are running into.
Right. And that's the thing. There's still room, as you said, there's still room for innovation and improvement with peripherals like this. I mean, the amount of times that I see a lot of wall charging adapters that, they're 35 watt, or you might get like a 65 watt charger, but there's still so many limitations there. The fact that you've got the multinational charging adapters built right into it.
This solves like 8 problems that I have immediately.
Exactly.
Right? You don't have to worry about bringing your cord. You don't have to bring your brick. You don't there's so many things here, and I was impressed of it as just like a regular North American.
Yeah.
And I think you pulled it up and you were like, oh no, it's a multinational. It's oh shit.
100%.
Yeah, man. It's great. This is my most used product. Out of all these, it's the travel adapter. I use it. We're actually using 3 at our booth right now because we bought some of the lights from Europe.
Okay.
So so we had to plug it into this before. We're like here. Oh, we're not in Germany anymore, right?
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Now to come back to the controller here, obviously we've got it here, and I mean, this has a really nice kind of premium feel to it. I like to think I have a little bit on the larger side of hands, and this feels nice. It's comfortable. Even the back buttons are in a natural position for the finger. That's my issue with a lot of back paddles is it's either in between my middle finger and ring finger. I have to hold it differently. Yeah. There's always a compromise with kind of how you hold it. But this naturally just, my middle finger is on those paddles. I don't have to move it in any different way. Can you talk to us a little bit just about the tech that you've put into this, the sticks? Obviously you've got the stoppers for the back paddles, so you don't press those accidentally. So kind of break us down a little bit on what you've put into this.
Yeah, so a couple things. This is number one is I'll start from the where you actually plug in the phone. So we have a movable USB-C here.
Oh shit!
And you'd be surprised at how many people, because we're not the only mobile gaming controller out here, but this is a patent because when you take it out your phone, you're gonna break off the USB-C. So instead, it just moves, and then after you can take out your phone.
Genius.
Exactly. We have Hall Effect joysticks. These were the newest when we made this, which was in 2024.
Okay. Yep.
But now you have TMR.
Yes.
And then after, eventually, have you ever heard of capacitive?
I haven't. No.
I've heard the word, but I haven't really seen the hype around it.
So the thing about Hall Effect, because you have magnets inside of the controllers,
right?
Very little magnets, and they affect the joysticks if it's Hall Effect because it's magnetic.
Okay.
Or TMR, same thing if it's magnetic.
Right.
Capacitive, it doesn't. So capacitive is the most accurate, and it doesn't drift. So that's going to be in the newer version that we're doing.
Okay.
So it's
the best controller you're going to have for any gaming experience is going to be your mobile controller.
Yeah, basically.
Awesome.
Yeah, all the tech.
Listen up, Nintendo.
Oh, dude, it's
Drift City over here.
Yeah, fucking
it's
brutal.
And they use the mini sticks as well. So these are full sized. We decided to go with micro switches. Sometimes it's too loud on the plane, but it is what it is.
I like the feel of a micro switch.
They do feel nice.
I gotta say,
a bit of a clunky
yeah,
click, right?
me too.
You gotta feel it, right?
100%.
Yeah. And that's basically what we have here. We have the 2 back paddles. We have the application, which when you press this button, it opens up. You can do all the remapping in the application. You could set up touch mapping if you're an Android user and your game doesn't support controllers.
Okay.
You can open up Xbox Game Pass, PS Remote Play, cloud gaming, anywhere. And as long as your internet is good, you should be able to play any game there.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
How big does it get? So what's the biggest device that you could put in there?
So for the iOS side, it's the iPad mini. So it's about 8.2 inches. And then after the Lenovo Legion. I think it's the Y700 for Android. So it goes big.
Goes pretty big.
Yeah, it's bigger
holy
than-
smokes. Okay.
I was feeling it. Does it vibrate at you when it gets big, or is that just the mechanism that I'm feeling?
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people love the controller, but I always see problems. That's actually the spring inside.
Oh, okay,
it's
like twanging?
it's a little bit twanging a little
I
bit.
thought it was
so
literally vibrating at me. That you're like, you're at the limit.
yeah. Don't stretch it anymore.
Don't break it.
Yeah, so it's funny that you pick that up, especially in like an environment like this, because a lot of people don't see it, but there's the few that do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so, is this all of your offerings currently?
Yeah, so this is the offering. So we have the pro gaming thumbsticks as well, which are, there's some other companies that do this, but they're specifically for Xbox or PlayStation.
Yes.
Yeah.
This works with Xbox, PlayStation, and it's all one SKU.
Oh,
So-
nice.
And,
Okay.
And Nintendo. We have a
Smart.
240 watt, 8K, 40 gigabyte per second, fastest on the market USB-C cable. So I'll give you an example about that USB-C cable. You cannot get a longer length than that and have it USB-IF certified because as you go longer, you lose the exactly you lose the signal. So that's the longest, that's the best you can get in the market that's certified.
Okay.
And we're coming out with our XR gaming glasses. So those we already did a Kickstarter for that. We made about 800K.
Okay. Nice.
And that's going to be coming out in September. You plug it into your phone and you can watch Netflix or YouTube.
Yeah.
And it creates a giant monitor in front of you. Or you can plug it into your controller and then after, not this one, but the next version of the controller because it has display out.
Oh,
or
nice.
your Steam Deck or the Switch. And then after it creates a gaming console in front of you. So for example, when I'm on the plane playing my Nintendo Switch 2, you have it on the little tray. It's like this.
Yeah.
Instead, you hold the controller. You're ergonomically comfortable, and then after you have a giant, it's a gaming monitor. It looks like you think without seeing it, you think the tech's not there. The tech is there.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Yeah, I've used these glasses before.
Yeah.
Obviously, a couple years ago when maybe the technology hadn't quite been figured out yet, but very cool concepts. And I love the idea, like you said, being on an airplane, you're hunched over trying to play your Switch in the, a fucking 3-foot gap. But this stuff, you can make it as large as you want, basically.
Yep.
And it's just so much more comfortable. And you're not bothering anybody around you.
No one's seeing it.
Yeah, it's like a privacy screen almost. So, yeah, the fact that you're incorporating that too that's a very cool. And right now, I feel like the public is now starting to like, oh, you know what? I want one of these glasses. Like, this is something I would be interested in. So it's kind of picking up that mainstream public too. So, I think you guys are hitting it at the right time.
You'd be surprised how many times I'm watching an action movie and there's a scene that comes up and then you start looking around. You're like, is there any kids around? You want to make sure you're turning it off, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to glasses, so usually it looks like this, and I think this is important for people to know. You know how I mentioned capacitive and you're like, oh, I vaguely heard of it.
Yeah.
The component level stuff, so like the joystick is a component. That tech is new about 5 years before you hear about it.
Yeah.
So that's been in the works.
Yeah.
And then but it's expensive. So you never hear about it because it's never in any products.
Point.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah. So then you need to get it to a point where the yield is high enough, where it's the price point is good enough. Like these glasses have been around for 10 years, but they would get hot. Right, you have to fit all that tech in a small little space. It's expensive. Look at the certain companies. You're selling it for $3,000.
Yeah.
Right, it's not going to work. Yeah. Right, that stuff is not going to work. So you need to get it to a manufacturable point to where the price is there for the consumer, and then you're going to get that mass adoption. And I think that glasses are going to be the next phone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Until we can put it into contact lenses.
Yeah.
Or directly into your brain.
Some cyberpunk
right?
stuff.
Yeah, get some brain implant
I have
stuff.
another important question. So obviously you're repping the black and purple.
Yeah.
Awesome colorways on these products.
Appreciate it.
Are you guys exploring potentially having kind of doing that colorway thing?
It's funny because my engineers have always said we should do like RGB, let's do RGB. And I said everybody does RGB and it's almost it feels kind of like tacky to me nowadays.
Yeah.
And I want our brand to be, when you see that, you're like, that's an Elo product right there, right?
Yeah.
So I'm pushing it this way. We'll see. If people the customer should always win at the end of the day, depending, long term. You have to make sure you don't make short term decisions.
Yeah.
But we'll see what they say. And a lot of people like purple, surprisingly.
I honestly,
It seems to go well with a lot of games.
yeah, it really leans into it for sure. And I'll be honest with you, like I have a third party controller for my Switch too, and the RGB that's on it, I turned it off immediately.
Yep.
So like I agree with you. I think it's overused a lot in the space, and it does start to become gimmicky a little bit. To me, like Trevor said, like your packaging is very clean. It has a very premium look and feel to it. And then the purple just gives it that little bit of differentiation from
Not just black on black on black.
Exactly.
But little touch, right?
Yeah. So no, it looks really, really nice for sure. So now you talked about the glasses kind of being the next, product coming to market.
Yep.
Are there any, let's say, pie in the sky ideas of products that you'd like to do down the line, and if there's stuff in the works you can't tell us, that's okay.
Yeah.
But what other things are you kind of wishing that you could do?
So the one that there's 3 products that we're working on right now.
Okay.
I'll tell you about one of them. It's going to be the second version of the controller.
Okay.
That's going to be coming out later this year, and we are fixing every problem that all the customers told us. So number 1 is that right now this is in Xbox, right? A lot of people, they use PlayStation layout. So we're having modular joysticks, so you can move it from here to here, swappable out.
That's awesome.
And you can upgrade and also you can swap out the buttons for, the clicky or silence.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Right?
Yep.
The other thing we're doing is we're going to be removing the bridge here.
Okay.
And it's going to be wirelessly connected here. It's not Bluetooth, because when you go to Bluetooth, if you're in a place like this, it's a disaster.
Yeah.
It's a disaster.
Yeah.
So, and it's still going to be a direct connection, but now you can fit a full-size iPad,
You can put it on
anything.
Oh, that's really cool.
There's one other thing it's going to set it over the edge. I can't tell anybody about that, but
that's fair.
We are going to be also adding in more buttons. So we're going to have 4 back buttons and 2 buttons up here.
Okay.
And it's going to be the perfect mobile gaming controller for all your mobile needs. Take that how you want it, right? But it's going to work for every mobile device.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Love that.
We're in the era where I'm getting advertisements that say anything can be an Xbox. So if that's true, and I want to play my Xbox live somewhere,
Yeah.
you can do
You
it.
need it,
right?
and you need a
I'm
controller
sure
for
as
it, man.
hell not doing that just like on my phone. I would be using this. Right?
Yeah.
Like that's,
Touchscreen controls, dude. I'm
it's a
too
nightmare.
old for that, man.
No,
I
it's a
can't.
nightmare.
I'm used to the GameCube. I use it for a lot for emulation.
Yeah.
The GameCube, dude, it's great. All right.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Need a
I'm not doing claw touchscreen.
Oh, dude, yeah.
That's out of my realm of expertise. So, yeah, no. Well, hey, man, thank you so much for stopping by and showing us this in person.
Where can people find
Yes,
you?
shout out what name, where can they
Website,
find
where
it?
can they buy this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Elo is the company name. ELO esports.com. So Elo Esports, because we're trying to make everything professional grade esports level products.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So that's
Love
what
it.
we're looking to do.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Thanks for stopping by. This has been eye-opening. This is
Appreciate
awesome.
Yeah, this is kick-ass, man.
Appreciate it.
Honestly, yeah.
It's a cute
Adam,
product.
really appreciate your time, man.
I'll leave these with you. I'll get 2 more of these. I'm gonna ship these to you because we're out.
Okay.
Yeah, but I appreciate you guys.
Hey, man. Absolutely.
No,
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
guys, check this
I'm gonna
stuff
put this
out.
up on the camera here.
Honestly, yeah, the quality and everything definitely worth taking a look at. Perfect.
Thank you, brother.
Awesome. Adam, hey, man. Really appreciate you.
We got Colin from Sleepy Dragon Studio here to talk about your game,
Yes, zombie survival.
Zombie Survival. Now tell us, last year we talked to you,
Yes,
and there was concepts of a game that we were working towards, right?
yes.
Yes. And now we have.
Now there's a playable demo.
Okay.
It's still a little buggy, but it's free, and you get the basic idea. You can build some barricades to help funnel the humans towards your base. There's resource tents for storing all your stuff. There's butcher tents for converting humans into zombies.
Cool.
I haven't gotten to the day-night cycle yet, but that's hopefully coming soon.
So, since we last talked to you, you had the concept. How and you're a one-man show, correct?
Yes.
This has been all you all the time.
Yeah.
And so, what's it like being like a solo indie dev on a game like this?
It's a little tiring. It's all my spare time has been, maybe I can add this now. Maybe I have time to add this. I still have my full-time job, so this has all been in my spare time. And
right.
I'm starting to look at maybe finding some funding so that I can start hiring some people who I know a bunch of people that are kind of a little less employed than they'd like to be, and I'm like, you know what? I know you guys like making video games, so maybe I can hire you.
Right.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Put them to work that way.
Yeah.
So, as far as your game's progress is concerned, how was this weekend for you? Did you manage to get some feedback on the game from people? Have you?
Yes. I've gotten a whole bunch of feedback. In the demo, there's a feedback button, so people can just click it and hey, I think you should be doing this.
Oh,
and
cool.
it goes straight to my Discord server.
Awesome.
I've even people have made suggestions, and I'm like, hold on a second. I just bring it up on the screen, type it in right then and there.
That's cool. I like that. Now, this game is, it's a cool idea. Obviously, this genre, is there's a lot of great games. There's a lot of players out there that love this game genre. What was kind of the inspiration for you to look at, the genre scape out there, so to speak, and decide, you know what, this is what I want to make?
Well, there's several inspiration points. I remember having the idea like maybe 6-7 years ago. My wife and I went to this zombie preparedness camp.
Oh, cool.
Someone put on just a summer camp for adults.
Right.
And there was people they had volunteers walking around as zombies, and if they tagged you, your team got points or something like that.
Yeah.
But at one point, my wife and I were out on the lake on a canoe. We're fishing, and we look back at shore, and there's a guy making a bonfire.
Okay.
I don't think he knew we were there. He was just absolutely the guy just wanted to be a zombie for the weekend.
Okay.
But it sort of got me thinking, well, what do zombies do when, they're not chasing humans? Maybe they're building, maybe they're doing something. So just sort of exploring that idea. And then as it was, I had purchased a Humble Bundle for assets for Unity. And one of them was the zombie pack.
Right.
So I'm like, well, I have this idea for a zombie game, and I have the zombies for it. Why don't I start putting them together?
Yeah.
And of course, this nicely coincided with the first GCC.
Yes.
Because at the time I was working on a mobile title.
Okay.
But I was like, mobile doesn't show very well at conventions, so I quickly threw something together in this sort of a idea at the first GCC, and I've been throwing it ever since.
Awesome.
That's really cool.
And hopefully someday I can launch it at GCC.
That was going to be my next question.
Hey, there we go. Good segue.
What's our roadmap to release? Like, is this something that you think you'd be looking at in a year, couple of years?
1 to 2 years is my hope.
Okay.
If I can find some people to help me, I definitely would like it in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Because it's been 4 years now. I don't want to spend 10 years on it. Well, I could spend 10 years on it. I don't want to because I got plenty of other ideas.
Fair enough.
And plus, it's time for the world to experience this title.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Now, to kind of give an over, kind of the cliff notes, so to speak, for anybody that maybe isn't at the show or this is their first time hearing about your studio, kind of explain to us a little bit just about like what's the gameplay loop like for this game, and what can people expect when they play it?
Well, like when you first start up the game, there's a little storage tent and a bunch of zombies come walking out. You start out with about 20 of them.
Okay.
There's a trash pile nearby. You can start collecting resources. After that, you can start building things like maybe a barricade to sort of keep some people out or in.
Yeah.
and as half the zombies are gathering, half the zombies are building. I sort of planning on maybe having it more whoever's available will take whatever tasks are available.
Okay.
I got to rework some things, but the basic idea is got your zombies building, gathering. If a human gets close, I think I set it to like 10 meters or something like that.
Yeah.
The zombies start chasing them.
Okay.
Zombies walk slow, humans run fast. That's what the barricades are for, to sort of try to corral them in.
Right. Yeah. Keep the humans in for some food store resources. Right. Yeah. Okay.
And I sort of had the idea like for you collect brains, and that's going to be your research mechanic.
Oh, cool.
So like it'll take 20
Nice.
brains to research how to make a dumpster bomb or not
Right.
bomb, dumpster catapult or trap, something like
Okay.
that. And that's basically what it is right now. Ultimately, it's going to be you're dilapidating the whole city.
Yeah.
You're going to be grabbing wood and stuff from like buildings. So as you're tearing it apart, it looks worse and worse and worse, and you get in your stuff. I'm also thinking that's also where the humans are to come running out. Stuff
Right.
like
Okay.
that. But I'm definitely open to a lot more feedback. That's why I have the feedback button. Because with smarter zombies, start building technology. I'm not quite sure what a smart zombie is going to create. If someone has a great idea, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is a great time because it's ground level. So give me a suggestion. It'll probably end up in the game. I'm looking forward to it. Great ideas make great games.
Absolutely. So just to wrap things up here, we always like to do a shameless self plug. So if people are trying to find your game, if they're trying to find your demo, where's the best place to find it? Where's the best place to follow your game development journey?
All right. Well, I have my own webpage, sleepydragongames.com. I have Instagram, sleepydragongms. I got Twitter, sleepydragongms.
Yeah.
Steam page, my company is on there as Sleepy Dragon Games. If you type in the search bar, zombie survival, you have to type the whole thing because for some reason the autofill, it doesn't bring up my game until you actually type the L on survival.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, zombie survival on there. The page will tell you, the page has a link to the demo to download it.
Yeah.
What else do I got? I'm also on Blue Sky, but I have no followers presently. And I think that's about all I got.
Awesome.
All right, zombie survival people, you heard it here. They've got a playable build for you to check out. Make sure to give them feedback. It's a great resource for game devs to hear from the people.
Yeah, and if you have ideas to add to the game, he's very receptive to that.
Very receptive.
Awesome. Colin, thanks again for coming on. It's
Thanks
great
for
to see
having me.
how things have developed since we talked to you last year.
Yeah, I've also become a huge fan of you guys. I binged like the last 2 seasons of your podcast.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
thanks so much. We appreciate the support.
I had a huge trip, and I was like, well, let's put these guys on, and I've become such a huge fan.
Well, but
We appreciate it.
Yeah, can't wait to hear about
Thanks a lot.
about the game next year.
Hello, we're back. We have Jamie from Willowworks.
Hello.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us. You're here talking about Star Apprentice today.
Yes.
First of all, where are you based out of? Where is Willowworks?
We are Edmonton.
Edmonton.
Yep.
Oh, nice local company.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
How many people are in your studio?
Currently 5.
5 people so far. Okay. And tell me a little bit about Star Apprentice. What is it? What's the gameplay? What are we trying to accomplish?
So it's a magical girl detective game. You interrogate witnesses in a bullet hell duel.
Okay.
So if you're familiar with Ace Attorney or Danganronpa, it's like that.
Okay.
But with a little extra twist on it.
Okay. And so with how long have you been working on Star Apprentice for?
So the current iteration has been going for 3 years.
Okay.
It originated as a student project at the U of A
Okay.
back in 2020.
Okay.
Then we had a lot of positive reception to it, so we're reviving it and going for a full game with it.
Awesome. Now, were you here for the NAGIS portion of the conference as well? Was that busy for you?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. How was it? Did you participate in the big indie pitch?
No, we did not.
It seemed like a very sort of intensive situation with like 5-minute pitches.
Yeah. The reason that we didn't go for it was that I've already pitched to pitch panels quite a few times already.
Okay.
And didn't really see the need to do it again at the moment.
That's fair. Have you had a lot of sort of public viewership of it? Have you had a lot of people playing your game this weekend?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's the feedback been like?
We've got a lot of good playtesting feedback, a lot of things that I'm going to change, mostly little details, but it's always very helpful to come to these events. One of the best things we get from it.
Do you have like a roadmap for release? Is this available right now? Is this in like early access? Where are we at in the creative process?
So the original student project version is available right now.
Okay.
It's about a 1-hour experience. The current version, we're kind of in the middle of developing chapter 1.
Okay.
Then we'll eventually release that for free.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the 4 chapters of the game will be released at a later date.
Awesome. So if people were, we always like to do like a shameless self-plug, sort of thing. If people are looking to find out more about Star Apprentice, they're looking to find out more about your studio as a whole, where should they be looking?
Probably the best place to look is our website, willowworks.com.
Okay.
So will-works.com.
Okay. And then I also see some social media stuff here. You're on YouTube, Twitter, Discord.
We have discontinued Twitter.
Okay. Understandable.
Yeah. A bit of an old card there.
That's fair. But key way to help you out, wish lists on Steam. Take a look
wish
at
lists. Following developers' pages on Steam is also very helpful.
Okay. Just for more public viewership sort of thing.
Yeah, it lets you know anything that the developer's up to.
Okay.
So instead of just the things about a specific game you're wish listing, you can hear everything from that developer.
Amazing.
If they have a developer page up.
Great. Jamie, thank you so much for coming on today. It was great to hear about your game. I wish you all the success in trying to finish that development process, because I know it is a very tedious
Quite
process.
arduous.
Yes. Great. Thanks for coming today.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
We are here with OneShot Studios.
Hello.
To talk about your VR RPG. Now, first, can you tell us who you are, where are you in the studio as a whole, and how this came to be?
You can leave that one. You pitch it way better than I do.
No pressure or anything.
See, I'm the technical guy.
Okay.
She's PR.
So technically, you should know.
I mean, I do know. You just say it way better than I do.
So we've been a studio for probably about 2 years now.
Okay.
We've been doing this for about 4 to 5. It started out as a hobby of us just kind of goofing off and building things. COVID kind of took over.
That's how this started.
Yeah. I got a headset during COVID. I was exploring the internet. I ran into somebody on the internet. We got along, had similar interests. I convinced him to come to Canada and marry me.
Aww.
And now we're here making the studio.
Long drive.
Yeah.
Long drive.
So, OneShot Studios has created this VR RPG realm. You were telling us about it yesterday when Daryl attempted to reload a flintlock rifle.
I was so bad.
But can you tell us a little bit more about that, like the setting, essentially what you were telling me yesterday with the mass amount of people that are participating in this shared storytelling experience?
Right, yeah. So what we've done is we've taken the concepts used in live action roleplay and elements from Dungeons and Dragons, and we've managed to mix both of them together into something we can put into a large world built virtually and people connect to in VR.
Yeah.
So it's like the closest thing you get to Ready Player One, essentially. So
yes,
broad campaigns with a whole story, a whole setting, and we just finished up a campaign where there were 60 participants who just about every single weekend would log in for about 6 hours, make characters of their own, just like you would do for Dungeons and Dragons, and then bring it into this world that's alive and breathing and they can exist in, physically see, and interact with through their headsets.
Wow. So how long has that campaign been going on? You said it just finished.
Yes.
How long did that go?
It started around spring, close to spring, summer of last year.
Wow.
And it ran several weekends. We took a small break during the winter holidays because you get the holidays and hurricane season. Knocks a lot of people's
Depending
internet
where you
out.
are, yes.
Because people attend from all over the world, right?
Yeah.
And then we resumed and we just finished up, I want to say last month.
Yeah.
Yeah, we finished telling the story of what we were doing there in that campaign last month.
Is that posted anywhere for people to see, or is that just local to you guys?
It is, yeah. You know a little bit more about where to find it, the navigating.
So we broadcast everything on Twitch and YouTube.
Okay.
We have several participants as well that also stream their POVs. So on our website, we have links to all of our socials that link back to our Twitch that has the VODs as well as our YouTube. Our particular Twitch is the cinematic camera. We hire 3 to 4 cameramen to capture everything live so that people can learn the top level of the story while also participating and following a personal character story.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were saying too that they can go back and after seeing that cinematic version, they can go and pick a character and follow them as well.
Yeah, so basically we set up the cinematic basically to be the key guide to all of the large world events.
Okay.
So that people don't feel confused. So if you really fell in love with one of the guard characters, you would go and watch them for 28 episodes, 6 hours apiece.
Oh, you like it?
When you inevitably see them interact with other players that interest you, you can go back to that streamer's channel, watch all of their content.
Yeah.
And then maybe you'll find another character you like from that POV, and then you go back and.
That's a really cool
That's so
way
cool.
to do it.
Yeah, that's so cool.
We know people who are like the campaign we did before this one. We know people who are still going through VODs like to this day. It was like, yeah, I'll be at work and I just put it on casually and listen to this one like play through the campaign from this person's perspective and see what they got involved in that nobody else did.
It's like content creation that just keeps going because people can sort of forge their own storylines and figure out what's going on in this gigantic world.
Exactly.
What are some of the challenges you face when it comes to running a 60-person VR RPG experience?
Unity. That's the problem I run into. There's a lot of times where, because the program that we use in order to host it all, in order to physically build it, because I'm the engineer in this scenario, we exist in something of a box that is permitted to exist within the space that this program allows.
Yeah.
So I have to find a lot of roundabout ways to try to get some things to work the way I want them to, which are really cool things, but I have to go like around the normal method. And oftentimes, something broke on upload, and I gotta wait and do another upload.
That's
things
always
take
a struggle.
time. Yeah, but it's worth it in the end.
Okay, so like I played yesterday, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Super immersive. So at first, I thought everyone that was in the booth was the ones talking to me, but and then I was very surprised to know that there are people from all over.
Oh yeah.
Like tuning in and being a part of that experience. So like you guys were saying, there's people in like certain areas of the world. Like where all are these people spread out?
We have several players from Australia that will get up at the crack of dawn when we start the campaign at like 9 o'clock at night.
Bless you guys. Yeah.
We have people in Europe. I've got a few people from South America. Lots of East Coasters from the United States, some in Canada. We really just kind of have a little bit of everything everywhere.
That's awesome.
I've got one player that when they travel to Japan, they take their setup with them and they play from Japan.
Just so they can continue on as well.
Yeah.
It was actually so cool. At first I was like, wait a minute. There's at the end when this sort of like the credit roll and you're talking with everybody and they're at that like campfire at the end. I was like, wait. There's more than 3 people that are involved. I was like, whoa.
My favorite at the end of the demo was all the characters like around, like, clapping.
I was like, man, they made me feel good because I was really bad at the start.
Yeah.
And did I hear you guys talking that he was one of the first people to shoot the...
No, so in the scenario that we set up for this rescue mission, we've only had one person that hasn't killed the person you're supposed to save. And we've run a lot of demos, so we're a little bit surprised by that data.
It's my moral compass is still good, I promise.
It's true.
Maybe he's just got bad aim with a flintlock.
I do.
Or was that just your reloading capability?
There's all of the above. I don't play shooting games for a reason. Everyone that was around the booth at that time got to see why.
Yeah, when we're building things, we're always constantly figuring out, like gathering data, because we can build something and, think of it as a concept, then I can physically build it, and I won't ever really know how easily it works until people actually use it and try it. So a lot of our systems are always constantly going through a trial and error stage. Like, okay, what is the right amount of gamification versus like, you know, role play or pantomiming to not take you out of the moment? Because like, for instance, I could make a gun that like you have to do all the like the actual immersive things, which you would think mechanically is really cool. You know, pull out the magazine, put it in, rack the thing back, check the chamber count, all that sort of stuff. But then when you're in VR and you got controllers, you're busy now trying to just finagle to get this device to work, and now you've kind of been pulled out of the scenario.
Yeah, because you're too busy trying to fumble with things.
Yeah, and so
Fair
trying
enough.
to find the right way to juggle those around and find what people are comfortable with has always been it's been a process. We'll put it that way.
Oh, I can imagine.
So if people are trying to get involved in this, if they are looking to join like the VR RPG space, what's the best way to do that?
So we have a Discord. We're a very open and inclusive community. It's for us, it's as simple as joining the Discord and going to a workshop so that we can showcase how the systems work. And also, not gonna lie, I vibe check people. If you're a jerk, you're not gonna come in.
Yeah.
And other than that, it's free besides the gear itself.
Yeah.
So
What is the recommended gear? Like, what do you guys use a certain product or?
it can vary from person to person. Any headset that's capable of hooking up to a PC is fine.
Okay.
Quest, Vive, Index. And we recommend baseline PC specs as well.
Okay.
We actually build our benchmark on some pretty baseline stuff. Like I'm only running a 3070 with a pretty baseline processor.
Okay.
The biggest thing that we recommend to people is the level of VRAM you have.
Yeah.
8 is kind of where I get a little concerned. 10 is kind of where I'd say you're going to sit comfortably, and anything over that is going to be sitting pretty.
Sweet. Okay.
Sweet. So we always love to do shameless self-plugs here. Can you tell everyone where they can find you, what the best place to reach you is, how they join, like where to find your Discord, all that sort of stuff?
Absolutely. So we're at www.oneshotrp.com. In the contact us section, which if you're on mobile, it's in the hamburger menu, not at the very bottom. That'll have all of our contact information. Our Twitter hosts our schedule, as well as our Discord, because we do a lot of interactive streams on Twitch. We'll do development streams. I'm going to do an Musume horse girl race with our cast coming up.
Sorry, what is that? Elaborate, please.
Well, he's actually the horse girl specialist.
I'm not an expert on it. I play it casually, okay?
Okay.
It's a mobile game. Everyone really got it. Yeah. Sorry, some friend holding up a sign that is
hecklers here. It's
very, heckling.
It said you're awesome.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
Something
said.
like that. So no, it's a mobile game that a lot of people like, and it's just like basically horse racing. But in this program that we utilize, you know, the VR one I also knew about, the medium we use, someone else just kind of remade that game in there, so you can take your avatar and just horse race each other all over the place.
Okay.
So we do a lot of really creative campaigns. So like our project just ended, but the community doesn't stop there. So we host things like war games, Civil War reenactments, Helldiver maps.
Yes, I
horse
saw you showed me that yesterday. And
That's so dope.
That's a lot of fun because, especially since just Helldivers it has its satirical kind of comedic sense.
Yeah.
So when we're playing that, everyone kind of already tunes into that element. It's like, all right, let's go hard but get goofy.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on today. It was great to talk to. I think you're actually the first VR dev that we've talked to.
You are.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Congratulations, you're the first.
Thank you.
Once again, thank you very much for coming on.
Go check it out. I recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't shoot the hostages.
Don't shoot the hostages.
Don't shoot the hostages.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we're back again. This is a flurry of interviews to end of the day. Michelle, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Try talking into it quick.
Hello.
Here, swap.
Just kidding. Yeah.
Thank
Little swapperoo, it's fine.
The old swapperoo.
Again, Michelle, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
How's your week been? Because you've been very busy.
Yeah.
It's been a whirlwind. There's been some surprise pop-up things that I had to do, which was exciting. I taught 3 different workshops.
Yes. And what were those? So for anyone that's uninitiated, what were those workshops?
They were cinematic lightsaber workshops. We did a little bit of lightsaber spinning, and then we did a little bit of lightsaber fight choreo.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So how many people did you have sign up for those?
I believe it was 12 people per class, and I think they all sold out.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
People do love a good lightsaber
It
battle.
was so much
You know?
fun.
Yeah.
And everybody at the end was like, yeah. And that's the best thing. Like, it's just so good for your inner child. And we did a kids class, and they were so cute.
Oh.
They were so cute.
And it's great to see you, like, someone so passionate about something getting to share it with other nerds.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I like coming here, is because everybody's a nerd like me.
Yes.
And sometimes when I'm teaching classes outside of these things, I say something nerdy, and they're like, oh. I'm like, oh, thanks. My joke didn't land.
Well, this is the right audience for all that.
Oh, yeah. This is
you were
great.
on the mega stage.
I was.
Multiple times.
Twice.
Yes.
Can you tell? Yeah.
Yeah. Please tell us what you were doing on the mega stage and how that unfolded.
Well, the first time I was on the mega stage, I was prepared for it.
Yes.
I did a 2-minute performance with my lightsabers. I did double lightsaber, I did saber staff, and then a single lightsaber. And then we talked about the lightsabers that I'm using, and we did a little interview about my career and a Q&A with the audience. It was awesome. I
Yeah.
loved it. I could talk forever on a stage.
Yeah.
It's great.
I don't know what that's like.
Yeah.
It's
Not
a
having
skill.
podcast. It is. Some people, it scares people, and it's like rightly so. It's
Yeah.
terrifying. And then the second time came out of nowhere when YDB asked me to perform for his first set in his halftime show. So I was like, okay, sure.
Well, I mean, you did wow everyone the first time, so I think there was like maybe like that would look amazing in our
I think
show.
that's exactly what happened.
You just did a great job selling it. That's all. It was just.
It's like I'm a professional. Whoa.
Whoa. Speaking of which, tell us like what else have you been a part of? 'Cause-
Well, I'm a professional actor and a stunt performer. So I've been in movies like Deadpool. I was on Arrow a bunch of times, Supergirl, The 100.
Holy shit.
I was in the Percy Jackson movies back in the day. It's hard for me to recall. I was just on Fire Country a while ago.
We love Deadpool.
Yeah. I know the real Deadpool.
Oh.
So I honestly just I just get flabbergasted watching you do these things because I'm not like
it's not coordinated in that way.
I played a lot of sports, but I'm not coordinated in like a sword way.
Sure.
You know?
You just haven't learned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I grab the broom handle once in a while at home, but it's not the same.
Sure.
What inspired you to get into the lightsaber side of things?
Well, I grew up as a baton twirler. Believe it or not.
Very transferable
Yes,
skills.
very. So baton was a very serious thing for me. I was going to nationals by 9. I was competing at worlds by 11. Was a world champion by 15.
Wow.
So it was serious. And with that came dance and gymnastics, because you have to be able to dance and toss it and do flips and stuff.
Right.
And so then I moved to Vancouver after I retired from competing to be a professional dancer, but then got into performing circus professionally.
Oh.
So I was doing all the silks and hoop, and I
You've
did
got the coolest life.
Yeah, hand-to-hand partner. So I had like a little friend, her name was Nino, and I'd pick her up with one hand and I'd basically like spin a human. And then through circus,
Yeah, I do that in my
started
spare time, too.
Yeah, no big deal. Through circus, I started meeting stunt performers, and one day they were just playing with a sword, and I was like, I can do that.
Oh,
And started doing
man.
that. They're like, you should do stunts. I was like, you're right, I should. And then that started my film career, and from starting stunts, I had to learn how to fight.
Yes.
So I started doing Muay Thai
Oh,
and
sweet.
Filipino martial arts. So I started learning Kali.
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
And like stick and knife and all that. And I was like, I love this. And so once I started really like transferring the skills, like it happened instantly for
Yeah.
me. But like once I
Like
started
riding a
like
bike.
had enough knowledge of the combative side of things, because really like the dancey stuff and the combative stuff is really the same thing. It's just the intention is different.
Yes.
the human body only moves so many ways. So all of my skills transferred, and I just had to like shift a few things.
That's so
and then
cool.
lightsabers were like the next natural choice after that.
Yeah.
And I was like obsessed with you remember when Star Wars came out in like 1997?
Yeah.
I was into it. Like, I watched it. I had the DVD, or not the DVD, the VHS 3-pack. VHS, sorry, I haven't said VHS in like 20 years. The VHS 3-pack, and I would just watch them over and over again. I knew them by heart. Like, I was into it. So the lightsaber was always gonna be a thing I'm gonna play with.
Yes.
And they didn't exist when we were kids. So as soon as they existed, I got one.
And like the lightsaber market now
Is massive.
Yes.
Massive.
And even just some of the creativity within that is
Absolutely, absolutely. And I've been partnering with SaberX out of Montreal, and
Okay.
they're guys.
Important
they're doing-
question.
Yeah.
What's your color?
Can you ask someone that?
Of lightsaber? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm also an Aries, so my color
me
is
too.
red.
Okay.
Me
Like
too.
I am a red person. When's your birthday?
April 5th.
Oh, April 10.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I'm like red and like I'm just a fire.
Yes.
I'm like all fire. So I'm like red is my color, but I also like a purple.
Okay.
So when I do two, I usually do a red and a purple.
Dope.
That's the Mace Windu.
Yeah, plus Sith. I don't know.
There's no rules.
I don't really need to be.
Doesn't need to be canon.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
We just like red.
Yeah, it's really I just like the color red.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want a blue or green lightsaber.
No.
So do you have any
I'm with you.
any projects or things coming up that you want to talk?
I have a couple.
Do you have a short list?
Oh my god, it's been slow. It's the film industry as a whole.
Yeah.
That's a whole conversation.
Yes.
But I did a couple shows last year that haven't come out yet. So there's one that I doubled Hannah Einbinder on. It's called Teenage Sex and Something at Camp Miasma.
Okay.
It's kind of like
Simple title.
a trippy horror film. Julian
Oh.
Anderson is also in it.
Oh, cool.
It was really a cool project to be a part of because it was a trans director. We had a trans villain. It was a queer love story. It was just such a wonderful
That's fun.
on-set experience
Yeah.
to be a part of. I'm really
That's
proud
so
of that. And then I worked on another show. I don't know when it's coming out, where I doubled the lead as well, called Freaks Underground. I don't know.
Underground.
Yeah, I don't know when that's coming out. It should be at some point in this year.
Is that like another
Pay
like
attention, look
horror
for it.
vibe one? or-
Yeah, sort of. It's a sequel to another show. I think it's called
okay.
Freaks.
Freaks on the mountain.
Freaks above ground.
Michelle, thank you so much for coming
Thank
on.
you for
This was
having
amazing.
me.
It was-
That's so cool. You have literally the coolest life.
Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks, guys.
we hope you have a great rest of your GameCon. A little
Thank
bit there,
you.
and best of luck with all your projects.
Thank you
coming
so
up.
much. You as well.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Yay,
much.
my pleasure.
Yeah, we are here to the bitter ends.
Thank you, me
Not,
too.
not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere either, guys.
Yeah.
What you guys plans for tonight when you're all done?
We'll be driving back home. Yeah.
I'm crashing at a hotel and then flying out tomorrow. So
Good. Yeah, that's probably the best decision.
Well, that was my deal with them. I said, "Hey guys, like,
Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Then I want to do. Can I fly out like the next day? Like, oh yeah, because most cons you do it and then they're like, "Thank you, get the fuck out."
Yeah.
Like, and you get in your pocket and they're like they're literally driving you to the airport as you're packing. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, usually Chris and Mark are good about that. They're pretty accommodating.
Oh, I love
I
these
feel
guys.
like, yeah.
Well, they said that's their start was catering services like hospitality and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so that's why they got that stuff down, and they know how to hook people up and make businesses. And the first couple of years were choppy, and every year they get better and better and better and better and better.
Yeah.
And this year, my big improvement for them was they got a third judge because they were just dumping it on me and somebody else. I'm
Right.
like, have you seen the contestants?
Oh, they're
It's incredible.
Well, there's also so many.
I can't sew to save my life. How do I know what good sewing? Like, so finally I bought this girl, Scarlett, and she's like goddess, and she's been sewing for like 20 years. So she,
Wow.
So she's like, oh my god, and she was like, oh, and she would start talking. This, I'm like, oh, yeah,
Sure.
And so having her was able to pull it together. So
Yeah, that's really great.
All right. Now,
Let's do it.
for everyone
Let's-
who's here, new, listening,
yes.
Who are you?
Hi guys, I'm Evil Ted.
We got Evil Ted.
We got Evil Ted.
Evil Ted here. I work in the movie industry for like 35 years doing props and costumes for film and television. I started off as a model maker in the good old days.
Okay.
I came out and my first job was Miracle Landing. It was a made-for-TV movie.
Okay.
With the hot and upcoming Connie Selica. And it was about the Aloha tragedy. If you guys are familiar with that, where the airplane took off and the top of it peeled open like a banana peel.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It was Hawaiian Airlines is what happened.
Right.
So they flew up and they were at altitude. They were up in the air and the plane peeled open. And the only casualty was one flight attendant standing. She was gone.
Wow.
But everybody else was seatbelted. And the pilot stabilized because there was no roof and the plane was twisting.
Right.
So he was able to bring it down and fly to the nearest airport and land it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So that was a great story. So we made it into a movie. And I was pulled on to do miniature effects crew with that.
Okay.
That was the 90s. I was 89.
Wow.
And so that's when I started. And then from there on, I did tons of commercials. I did movies. I started doing like horror movies. And I did effects for The Guyver.
Okay.
Guyver 1 and Guyver 2 Dark Hero.
Yeah.
And then I did, went on to do Fifth Element, Titanic, Walking Dead, Batman. Batman Returns, the Michael Keaton one.
Yeah.
And
Excellent.
I was one of the mini penguin operators. They had a lot of penguins in the show. They had real penguins, but there was a lot of them in the background with rocket packs and things on them. And
I remember.
And those were
that.
puppets.
Yeah. Okay.
They were cable control puppets. So that was crazy. We did that for the show. But I did that for years, and then digital started happening.
Right.
When I was on Fifth Element and Titanic, the digital was on the rise.
Okay.
And so on Fifth Element, they were building all these. People don't realize when you watch Fifth Element, all the buildings, the miniatures, the flying cars, that's all models. The Floss in Paradise.
Yeah.
All this stuff. It's all big ass models. So digital, all they were doing with digital was compositing and doing background stuff.
Okay.
So all the backgrounds and some landscapes were done digitally, and that was about it. So I saw the writing on the wall. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a matter of time before the background becomes the foreground. Like,
right. Yeah.
and
That's
so I saw that writing and like, yikes. And we did Titanic. Titanic was spectacular because we did. People don't realize when you guys watch the movie when the rooms are flooding on the Titanic.
Yeah.
There were giant 1/6 scale miniatures flooding, and like the big ballroom.
Yeah.
It was flooding. We had miniature furniture and miniature things.
Oh, wow.
Everything was properly weighted with buckshot, so when it filled, it float properly, and it was so much work went into that. So
Wow, that is
all
incredible.
miniatures. And when it says a James Cameron film, they mean that because he oversees every shot. So we were working on the show. This is back in the days before you all can talk to each other on phones and videos. This is back in the days when there's a thing called like video, like cell phone video calls. It was really high tech at the time.
Okay.
So James Cameron had a video satellite link to the prop model shop and to his place out in Malibu. He was editing the movie.
Yeah.
And so we do them dailies. We shoot the movie dailies, or when we shoot the scenes, and then they develop the film, and then we'd all watch it the next day. And so then we'd watch it, and then they'd pack it up and ship it off to James Cameron. So we did this shot with a film. The boat was ripping apart.
Okay.
So they shot it in New Mexico and didn't like the way it broke.
Okay.
So we brought the whole ship back and redid it like 4 times, and it involved covering the ship with lead. Like all the plate on the ship was done with lead sheeting.
Okay.
And then they painted it so it looked like metal and rivets. It would take weeks to do this, and then we'd shoot it in seconds, right? So,
It's a lot of work for
So we were on that for months doing that, and there's one shot where they'd get it in there, set the model up, and they had this giant tank, and it would take like all day to fill it with water.
Right.
So they'd fill it with water, take all day, and they had fans going to blow in the water to create the ripple effect of ocean water.
Okay.
Because when you're shooting miniature, real water doesn't look like ocean water. So the trick was you would shoot fans at different directions and shoot high speed. That would create the choppy water for the ocean.
Oh, wow.
And then
That's incredible.
Then they'd pull action, and the boat would rip in half, but it would go so fast. It'd go, "Hey," but so to get that motion and to get the speed they wanted, they had 3 or 4 cameras, and they call action. I've never forget. It's like, all right, ready, speed, and you hear the cameras going. It's like. The camera, the speed, the film, like, and all the cameras are screaming, action, and the thing goes, bam, and it just explodes, and sparks and fire and water splash, and we're like, Did that look? Did that look good?
Yeah,
You don't
that
know.
happened very quickly.
So you go out and you watch, and sure enough, the dailies would come back and it looked amazing. And one time, we were watching it, and smoke was ripping, and the smoke was coming out of the portal windows on the ship. And James Cameron went, "Hey, isn't there supposed to be glass behind the portal windows?"
Oh,
and we all
okay.
stood there with our jaw like, "Oh yeah." So we all looked to our model shop supervisor boss,
right,
and said, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, we were having problems with the glass breaking."
again, yeah.
And then Cameron goes, "Oh, so your solution was not to put it in?
Yeah.
How much is this costing me?" And I went, "Oh God damn, he's right."
Yeah.
So guess what we
Back
didn't
to
do?
the board.
Guess what we didn't do again?
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's my story. Long story short is, after all that, I started a YouTube channel to teach kids how to make stuff out of foam. I saw class play. It was blowing up in the early 2000s, and I was like, "Oh, so cool! Kids were using hot glue."
Yeah.
And I thought, here's this thing called contact cement. You should, and nobody really knew what it was. So I made a video on how to make a foam helmet,
Okay.
and that took off. And and I was really nervous, like, oh, I maybe shot too much, because I've seen all the videos prior to that. They're really fast and very polished.
Right.
And I was very detail oriented, so I shot every step. And I started getting letters from people like, "Oh, I love it because you explain everything." And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
right. Yeah.
That's what separates me from everybody else." So I started doing really complex, detailed tutorials on how to build, and the rest is history. And now I have a YouTube channel and I have a large fan base, and I get invited to things like Gamecon Canada. So
And here we are.
and here we are. Thank you.
We saw some of your fellow creators today walking around. We saw some kids with their big foam helmets. walking
Yes,
around
I
after
have a
your,
foam workshop I do at the
workshop
Canada,
today, yeah.
and it's fun because it's a real basic. In the class, everybody gets a foam sheet with the foam help pattern traced out on it.
Okay.
We do that at the same time because you don't need to teach people how to trace. I think you know how to do that.
Right, yeah,
So
yeah.
my focus is to teach them how to cut.
Yeah.
And how to glue. I think that's biggest intimidation with people. Like, I can't cut right. So when I started the YouTube channel, I would get letters like, "How do you do this?" And so I'm like, "Oh yeah." So I'm probably gonna get back and make videos on just cutting and gluing.
Yeah.
'Cause I think people
Right.
struggle with the most. But but that's how I got started. And the YouTube channel and the movie work. I left for a while. I stepped away from it for a couple of years and did YouTube, and it was great. I was making a modest living.
Yeah.
Then this thing came called COVID.
Yep.
That kind of derailed a lot of things. And
Yeah.
some things come back and some things did not. And it really took a dent in the creativity because people were just stressing about life.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
staying and making stuff for fun kind of went out the window. And so, but I stuck to it and it came back, but I had to dip my toe back into Hollywood. And I did for a while, and now Hollywood's dead.
Yeah.
So I'm back on the YouTube track and making more content. And now I do work, but I do more independent films. I do.
Okay.
So and I actually met some exciting people. Noura, who is fantastic. You guys all know Noura.
Nora's- we interviewed her today.
Yeah, Nora's fantastic. Noura and I, she's hooked me up with one of her friends who's producing a film, and she's collaborating with them. And I talked to them. They're like, "Wait, Ted, you do props?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they only knew me from my YouTube channel.
Oh, wow.
So when they
That's
start doing their
interesting.
research, they're like, "Oh crap, you're like a real deal." I'm like, "Yeah." They go, "Would you do props for our film?" I'm like, "Yes, I will."
Sign me up.
So Nora and I made that happen, and so we're in talks. And then Nora's got a project, and I fangirled on her a little bit and said, "Hey, can I do something for you?" And
Yeah.
she said yes. And I don't want to go into too much details because I think Nora and I want to keep it a surprise.
That's fair.
But it's I could give you this much. We're going to play in the cyberpunk universe.
Oh,
And I'm
wow.
gonna do something.
Okay.
I'm gonna do something for Nora based on the CD Project Red. Is it Cyberpunk Red? I think it is. She did something.
Yeah, it's Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, I think it's a game.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, 2077. Yeah.
So she's doing some, and so I'm collaborating with her. And we're gonna do something for her, but we're gonna keep it a secret. So
That's incredible.
so-
Yeah, you got to keep that under wraps until you
we
get
just
it.
want, you want to tease people. Come
Of
on.
course. Yeah, of course.
Now, do you have maybe not something that you've worked on? Do you have a favorite movie in terms of props and practical effects that you kind of like, that you fanboy over sometimes, or you're like, I really, that was one I wish I had worked on.
It's funny because I always people what's your favorite project? I always the last one I rapped on. Like
okay.
And so I just rapped on a film called Starfire Squadron. It's a independent sci-fi film with my friend Garl Sessedian. He is a director. And he's directed 3 films, and I helped him on all 3 of them.
Yeah.
But this one I got invested in because it takes place and they're in space, and there's these guys, it's a space kind of like Battlestar Galactica. They got fighter crafts and stuff.
Okay.
So and he's self-financing. So I'm like, I want to come on board. He goes, I want you to be. I said, so I'll do it, but let me be production designer.
Right.
So I get to design the look of the show. I designed the armor. I designed the ship, and I got to oversee it. I got a guy to build a full size cockpit.
Oh, that's rad.
So we built the full size cockpit for the show, and I built all the space suits and the helmets. And I have to say, there's my little pet peeve, and I'm excited that in the movie, I have pilots that wear helmets, full face helmets, in a cockpit, in a fighter craft, and they have mics in their helmets. They do dialogue, and they have lights in their helmet that light their faces up.
Oh, that's
and I have
awesome.
an airflow that shoots in their helmets so their faces don't fog and they
Okay.
don't overheat. And it looked like I was watching it in the monitor. It looked like Battlestar Galactica. I was like, oh, it looks so cool. So
That's
we were really
awesome.
nervous, and I pulled it off. So that's cool. So I was happy with that, how everything looked in that
Yeah,
show.
yeah, it turned
That
out
was
nice.
I did a Ricky Gervais movie.
Okay, yeah.
Called where it was a comedy a comedy version of Sixth Sense. Like he see dead people.
Okay.
And he wanted him to leave him alone. He's like, leave me alone. And his ghost wouldn't stop bothering him.
Yeah.
And so he ends up he becomes less of an asshole, which he starts helping the ghost people solve their problem.
Yeah,
so it's basically a comedy version of Sixth Sense. And there's a scene in the movie where he has a crush on a girl who works at the New York museum, and there's a mummy display. So she's actually working on a mummy while they're having the scene together.
Oh,
And they
okay.
couldn't use a real mummy. So I worked at a hand prop room at the time, and they came to us, and I was in charge of making the mummy. So I had a blast. Like I got an example. So you kids want to see this stuff, you can go to eviltedsmith.com, go to my website, look at pictures of props I made, and it's on that website. So I made this mummy corpse, and apparently I had like a week, and I did like old school. I had a examination skeleton. I covered it with pantyhose and latex,
right?
Like old school Dick Smith stuff, like cotton and latex. I did all that, and I had a week on it, so I was able to milk it and have fun.
Yeah.
We dressed it all up, and then we packed it up and shipped it off to New York.
Okay.
And then a week goes by, 2 weeks go by, and I'm like, what the hell? So I go to my boss' office and say, hey man, did I ever get that mummy?
Did it ever show up?
And he's like, oh my God, I didn't tell you? I'm like, no. He goes, step in the office. I'm like, uh-oh.
Oh boy.
So we step in, and apparently they're at the museum, New York Museum, and everybody's there, the cast and crew, and the prop masters, the producers. They get the body bag that we ship in, and they crack the crate open. They pull it, unzip it, and pull it out. And the museum couriers like go, they gasped. They gasped and they froze. And everybody they're looking at me like, are you okay? They're like, oh my God, if we did not know this was fake, we would think this is a real mummy corpse.
Wow.
That's like the highest compliment.
Yeah,
you
that's
can
the
get.
best
And
compliment
this
you
is
can get.
from museum curators who see mummies all day long, right?
Yeah,
So
they
they're-
would know what to spot.
So everybody cheers, right? So they pat the producer on the back, yay! They pat the prop master, go, dude, you rock. He's like, thank you, man. So everybody shakes their hands, everybody hugs, they're all great. And then the one guy that never gets mentioned the entire conversation was the guy that made it.
Yeah, it's like, hey, what about me? I put it all together.
Hooray for Hollywood.
Yeah, no
so
kidding.
Yeah, true story. And when
Wow.
Lonnie tells me, I'm going, what?
Yeah.
You're telling me this now?
Yeah.
So apparently it got such a buzz that some newspaper, like New York, LA Times, somebody reached out to Lonnie about it, wanted to talk about it, got such a buzz about the mummy.
That's amazing.
About the mummy dummy and saying, so they called him, and the producers from the show called my boss and said, you can't talk about the mummy. So they were threatening him not to talk about it. He's like, dude, screw you. We made it.
Yeah. We're going to talk about
We're
it.
going to talk about it. So what the fuck off? What are you talking about? So he's telling the producer to suck a dick. Okay, that's right. Can I say that?
No, yeah.
you swear.
Yeah, go for it.
So
Yeah.
he tells him to suck.
Let him
He
fly.
tells the producers to suck a dick.
Yeah.
I can do what I want.
Yeah.
So Lonnie tells me the story, but apparently, it lost momentum, or I think, or better yet, I think the producers made so much noise about it. They ended up LA Times became such a hassle to do it.
Right.
They're like, they let it go. They're like, fine. So there went my opportunity. But again, I can tell you what, who they wouldn't mention in the LA article.
Yeah.
That would be
one
me.
name never came up. Yeah.
So yeah, kids out there. So yeah, check it out. That's true story.
That's amazing. Now I've looked at a lot of your content. You know, we've followed you for a long time. Two of the ones that stand out for me, one on the movie side, one on the gaming side.
Oh, okay, go.
The movie side is your alien stuff.
Oh, thank you.
You know, your xenomorph work that you've done looks incredible, and then the face hugger.
thank you.
that I've seen as well. I've even seen, I think at some of the conventions you've done, you had one
An
of the
alien egg,
eggs
yes.
that actually opens.
And a guy did. We were at Monster Palooza.
Okay.
And a guy shot a video of me scaring people with it, and that video went viral. That was like the biggest hit I ever had. It was like millions of views. I'm like, and everybody's like, what? And someone of my friends like, dude, you know your video went viral? I'm like, what? It did? And it wasn't even my video.
Yeah.
But the funny thing was, it was for you kids out there listening. I made a alien egg that I would. It's a big fake egg. And I put it against my body, and I had my arm inside of it, and I had a fake. Dude, it's old school. It's just a fake
false arm.
It's a fake arm holding the egg.
That's so good.
And if you look at it long enough, you can tell. But it's so quick. So what I do is I hold it where people see the fake arm first.
Yeah.
And then they walk close enough, and then I just have my face hugger is my hand. So I have a face hugger hand glove, and they get close, and I pop out. It scares the crap. So all you kids out there, on Adam Savage Tested. There's a great video of me with Adam Savage shop, and we're walking through it. And I made Adam turn around, and he does.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, that's so awesome." And I scared the crap out of Adam Savage.
It's so good.
With my face hugger costume thing.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Adam fangirled so hard. Yeah. He's like, "I'm so glad you made this."
Yeah.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah, because we're both Alien fans.
Yeah.
So when I went to his Adam's cave, he went through all the Alien props, and we fangirled about it because it's like. Because when the movie came out, you couldn't get reference to anything.
Right.
And we're in the days when Adam and I used to look at VHS tapes, and that's the only way you could see stuff.
Yeah.
And then digital video, then Laserdisc, then DVD.
Yeah.
And then they finally released airsoft replicas of the Colonial rifles, and then Nerf finally made one.
Right.
But for all you kids out there like aliens, they want it. I sell those patterns on my website.
Oh, do you? Okay. There we
The
go.
pulse rifle and the flamethrower. I am working on. I did alien. So I thought about making an alien costume right now.
Okay.
And so you're right. That's one of my proudest builds right now. I'm doing the James Cameron Alien Warrior alien.
Oh man.
Because they didn't have the domes on their heads. They had the.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a true story. Guys that worked at the Legacy now, but they were staying with the studio when they were working on it. James Cameron wanted to make the aliens, so they got all the molds from Giger from 20th Century Fox.
Right.
And they were making the background aliens. And when they were making the domes for the aliens too.
Yeah.
And then Cameron saw, wait, like when he saw all the detail underneath the heads, what the dome was covering, he's like, don't put the domes on.
Yeah, we want to see that detail.
Because Cameron knew for a fact that most of his aliens are going to be backlit, and they're going to be in the dark. So you're not going to see all that. You're just going to see slick, wet domes.
Yeah.
So if they have a texture, so when you see them, they're all backlit. So they look really cool. So that's my inspiration. So I'm making that version.
Okay.
So again, I've been searching the internet for pictures, and you can go on Amazon now, and there's like a book, a colored photo book of aliens behind the scenes, and there's these fantastic photographs. They're nowhere on the web. They're in the book.
Oh, interesting.
Of
Okay.
all the shots of the alien boilers. I'm like, what?
Just gate kept right to the book, and that's
suckers.
it. Yeah.
So my just out of angst, I'm gonna probably scan those and post them online.
Damn
I'm gonna
straight.
scan those pictures and post them on Facebook or something.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous. They're so cool. And there's these great photos of the suits.
Yeah.
And when you see them, it's almost like shocking that they're just black spandex suits. They have really cool rib cages they wear and heads and hands, but they're just black bodysuits with detail glued to them.
Yeah,
because Cameron
that's
knew,
so
he goes,
cool.
I wanted movement, and they're going to be in the dark and backlit.
Yeah.
And he only had 6.
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
producers freaked out because they're like, wait a minute, there's supposed to be armies of aliens. So he's like, it's okay, guys.
Strategic shooting.
Yeah.
And they said it was so bad he had to put his hand on a Bible and tell them it's going to look like 1,000 aliens.
It's gonna be okay.
Right.
It's going to be okay.
We'll figure it out.
And
Yeah.
it's so funny.
That's incredible.
But thank you. That's exciting. Thank you.
Yeah. Now on the gaming side,
All right, go.
Because I have to bring it up. My favorite game of all time is Mega Man X.
Oh, no kidding.
And I have seen you make a Mega Man helmet.
Yes.
And I think you've done the blaster as well, have you not?
No, I've done the Blaster. That's on my list. But I just did Mega Man X too.
Oh.
So the Mega Man X, which you guys could get my pattern at eviltestbits.com.
Yes, check it out.
Shameless plug.
That's what we're here for.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you. I did Mega Man X, and the reason I did that was I thought, Mega Man. I do this thing called Anime LA.
Okay.
And it's in Los Angeles. It's the beginning of the year, every year, and my daughter and I do it. I have Peter with me when I travel new cons. Peter's my assistant.
Yeah.
But when I do local cons, my daughter Dorothy is always my assistant, and she loves Anime LA.
Okay.
And so we do this thing every year. We do a raffle. So I make stuff throughout the year. And at the end of the year, I'll like 3 or 4 items, and I just raffle at my booth, $1 a ticket.
I gotcha.
And my donor, I love it because we make bank doing that, and
Right.
and so I thought, oh, Mega Man would be fun. So I just did it for fun. I just knocked out a Mega Man helmet to put in my raffle booth.
Yeah.
And people came to my booth and were like, oh my God, do you still have pattern? I'm like, no. And I'm like, why am I not doing that?
Yeah.
So that year after I did so I not only do Mega Man, I do Mega Man X. I did not realize the love of Mega Man. So I tapped in. So
it's huge.
I learned my lessons. So now I make. So eventually people ask about the blaster. So now I've been getting so much comments about the blaster. That's my next thing I got to do is make a fun video about making. So you get the 2 helmets. You can make your own blaster. I might have to make shoulders. Who knows?
Yeah, but eventually it'll be the full armor suits and everything,
Keep
right?
growing. Oh my God, that's Michelle.
Yeah.
So, we're
Let's talk
fangirling.
Michelle, too.
Oh yeah, Michelle,
awesome.
she's
Guys,
great.
I'm so thrilled they got her here, and like I'm like, dude, you got Michelle.
Yeah.
For all you guys out there, this is Michelle, the amazing sword swinging martial artist stunt girl who's just
she's
insane.
incredible. Yeah, some
Michelle
of the stuff
Smith.
she can
Michelle
do.
C. Smith, right?
Yes.
Yes. Michelle C. Smith is awesome.
Yeah.
She's right here. We're fangirling. Okay, we're stopping now.
Oh my God.
It's hard not to gaze up.
Right,
and just,
exactly. It's
There's
so cool.
there's so much cool stuff to
Cosplayers
see
walking
here.
by. There's cool people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
yes.
Are we going to be seeing you next year?
Oh, my
that's a
goodness.
tough question.
You guys ready for this? The answer is yes.
Heck yes.
As a matter of fact, can I be as bold to tell you?
Let's hear it.
I'll be here for the next 5 years.
Hey, there we go.
So, guys, I will be.
You heard
bringing,
it here.
I'll be bringing the joy to Gamecon Canada. They reached out to me and said, "Ted, we'd love to have you back every year." I said, "I'd love to." They said, "Here's our plan. We would love to have you be the center cosplay judge every year." I said, "Thank you. Can I get help?" So
Yes, please.
they did. We had Lauren does cosplay. Guys, real quickly, a big shout out for Lauren does cosplay. She was here last year and she kicked it. It was her and I.
Yeah.
And that was so hard. It was stressful. And then this year, Robin, who helps us run the event, told the guys we need one more judge for sewing.
Yeah.
I don't foam.
Right.
I couldn't tell you what a good stitch, half stitch, limb stitch. I don't know.
Right, yeah.
I don't know what a hem is. So they brought in a Scarlett cosplay. She ended up being our sewing judge. So between her and Spiral, who's out here too. Spiral's local, I believe. Is she?
Yeah, I believe she is.
She's Canadian.
Yeah,
so we got her. So between the 3 of us, we were able to really get in there and judge.
Oh, good.
And again, it gets so good that we have to start splitting hairs. For all you cosplayers out there, I love you guys, but when you get that good, we have to get nitpicky.
Yeah,
It's like, how dare you? So
Don't get mad at the nitpicks.
don't get mad at me because when you guys
it has to be done.
when you guys bring your A game, it makes it tough. And then we have to get picky.
Yeah.
And then I have to look at seams and things. It's ridiculous. Because in my book, if you wear a costume, you're a winner.
Yeah.
You're like, yay, you've been a costume, and you're on stage in front of thousands of people.
Oh,
and you're being, come on,
yeah,
you're a
it's
winner.
incredible. Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Now
The rest is just extra.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
100%. Now, to tie it into GameCon, I mean, obviously, you talked about the cosplay competition
Yes,
and
sir.
everything.
Mhm.
Now, you talked about some of the challenges of how difficult it could be to judge.
Right.
I guess, was that something that you always, when they brought you in for GameCon, judging the competition, was that something you always wanted to do? Because it does sound very intimidating
Right for
to
this?
have to be a judge.
Oh, hell no.
He's just the nearest expert.
I was like, no, I don't want to do that at all. And what it was that I have my assistant Peter, who kind of smacks on me about this all the time, is that I don't it's my least. I always people that go, do you ever compete, Ted?
Yeah.
And I go, I teach, I don't compete.
Yeah.
I like
Fair.
teaching. I have friends that compete. I think it's great. They have Cowboy Crunchies, they're amazing. They compete. They like dressing up and compete. I'm like, girl, I don't want. Why? But they love doing it. They love. I think for them, they like pushing it.
Right.
They like getting out of their comfort zone and doing it as hard as they can.
Yeah.
And but for me, no, I was really nervous. And what it was is that I realized I'm good at it.
Yeah.
But it's like I got that dad thing in me where I just want everybody to win. Because I got 2 kids at home. I'm
So
like,
proud of them all.
Yeah.
proud
You don't
of
want
everybody.
to. Yeah.
And so, but then I realized, and so now I realize that if I get good partners with me that judge with, it becomes more entertaining. And
True.
And I learned with like the same way I work in the industry is I work with other people. And when I work with other people, I pick up techniques. And all you cosplayers out there, when you have friends, you collaborate, like you learn, you pick up techniques from other people. With judging, with other judges, I learned stuff from them. Like, oh, I never thought about that. I never saw that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
this
good
year was
point.
great. So I had 2 judges. And I think they want to do is every year bring in 2 more guest judges.
Okay.
And have me be the centerpiece. And I just work with them. So in some ways, I'll get better every year. And but when I have a chemistry with people,
yeah.
I like to bring them back. You know, but again, I know they run a business and they want to bring in new people every year.
Right.
But I do like, and I like the 2 people I worked with, and it'd be great if they bring them back.
Yeah.
It's a
nice to have
pipe dream.
foundation, a nice, comfortable foundation of people. And,
Yeah, it's great.
But in the next 5 years, obviously, like this year,
Yep.
you're going to be doing some more classes, some more.
Yes. The thing is, I here at Gamecon Canada, I do 2 workshops. I do Evil Ted's film workshops, and it's just picking together a basic helmet. And what it is I really try to cater to people who haven't done it before.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
The professional guys, people who know work with it, they don't need to come. I'm really leave spaces for the kids that don't know. If you want to meet me, just come to my booth.
Right.
I'll talk shop with you guys all day.
Yeah.
But for the workshops, I really want to get kids who never done it or they're interested in doing it, because what I do is I cover in the class, we have a helmet pattern, and what Peter and I do, we just pre-chase everything else, so it's all ready to go.
Yeah.
So in the class, we cover how to cut and how to glue, and when you do it, how to hold the foam when gluing things together, how to line up your registration marks, like my technique, and then I had 2 people who are makers came to my booth and go, oh my God, like I understand how to put things together now. Like I always struggle with, when you put the glue together, how do you do that without?
No,
I'm like,
okay,
oh,
yeah.
I didn't think about that, because I do it all the time.
Yeah.
So
This is your wheelhouse. Yeah.
I don't. What I do comes to me naturally, and I don't think about it.
Yeah.
So what the people have trouble is the things sticking together before they want them to stick together, and how do you keep them separated? And that's when I show them. I show them tricks today how to do that. So every class people get something from it. So it's great.
That's very cool. Love that.
Well, I'm personally out of questions at the moment.
I mean, I could talk to you for another 2 hours if I'm being honest, but you know, I think
getting to the end of the day.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming by.
Oh, guys, thank you.
You know, for anybody that's interested in this sort of you know, kind of subculture of what GameCon is all about, definitely check out Evil Ted.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, it is eviltedsmith.com, man.
Yeah,
perfect.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, folks, this is it. It's the final. It's the final.
Here we go. Surprise after surprise after surprise.
Incredible.
To say that this weekend was good enough would be an understatement.
Yeah, no.
because-
This was great enough, if you will.
Yeah.
Awesome enough.
Mega-er, one would say.
I swear to God, like I blinked and it was Sunday.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
what
this
on earth
weekend
happened?
flew by, dude. Honestly.
I think today we cleared the celebrity panel this year.
Yeah, we hit the
Minus
trifecta.
YDB. I think minus YDB, but I think
Yeah.
he was
We
busy,
hit
he
it.
left early.
Yeah.
We accomplished all the goals.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. I have nothing in the tank. Trevor and I are gonna drive home in silence.
Oh God, yeah.
He's gonna try and talk to me, and I'm just gonna tell him to shut the hell up.
I'm gonna put the strobe light on the drive home for me and Jordan.
Yeah, Kyle will probably fall asleep at the wheel and just, you know, pray to baby Jesus.
Don't
You
say
know, we'll
evil
see.
out there.
But yeah, no, honestly, guys, like this is probably, you know, we've done GameCon every year. We've always loved it. To me, this is the best GameCon we've ever had.
For real.
You know, to the people that have stopped by the booth, even just to say hi, to anybody who came by for an interview, you know, thank you so much. We appreciate the support. The giveaways were a hit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think everybody
Congrats
loved
to our winners.
Yeah,
Congrats
congratulations
to
to the
everyone
winners,
that won
man.
stuff.
Thank you to everyone that tuned in.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes,
Thanks for chatting with us.
Thank you,
Off the
guys.
stream, we don't do this very often, so if the stream was a bit poo-poo,
Yeah.
thank you for
Thanks for
topping it
bearing
out.
with us.
Yes,
Thank you for
yes.
bearing with us. We're doing our best.
learning.
Yeah.
There's a reason we record.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
live.
Yeah,
So.
and we've got some huge things in the works.
Yeah.
You know, we have some very exciting things hopefully to announce in the near future. Yeah, I mean it's
There's
just
so many things. We got a new studio coming. We got new pieces to the studio.
Yeah.
Like Brian's coming along and honestly, what a ride, you guys.
yeah. Now to go down the gauntlet, I think, because we've done it every day. Highlight of the day and highlight of the convention. Trevor.
Highlight of the day, I think, was just what we had. I think having Evil Ted, where we kind of got a hint he might drop by. We're like, he's probably too busy. Just dropped in and dropped like a half hour's worth of knowledge on us about his history and things like that was probably my highlight of the day.
He said suck a dick on live.
Winning,
I mean,
winning,
how is
winning.
that not the
He's
win?
our people.
How is that not the win?
He's our people.
Oh, man.
Highlight of the weekend, honestly, talking to Deborah and getting to go to see that show. I think
Tales of Wood Creek was so good.
If you haven't checked out Tales from Wood Creek, check it out.
Do.
If you are a person that's like, I don't really like watching people play D&D around a table,
do it.
Watch that series online.
Do it.
Because it is so far and above your standard D&D.
Yeah.
And it's so well acted. They bring in so many good people. Watching it live was hilarious.
I just appreciated that, like, for one moment of the con, that was our chance to just indulge in part of it.
Yeah, just to
you know,
really
like we actually got
soak
to
it
do
in.
something.
Yeah.
It's like that wasn't on our booth and not interviewing. Like we got to take a moment, and I appreciated being able to do that with the three of you. So
we didn't have to be on. You know, like just
we just sat and got
Jordan
the
turned
shit
off.
scared out of us there.
Jordan peed a little,
I
but
peed
it's
a little,
fine.
but that's okay. Don't worry about it. Kyle, what about you?
Oh, today, talking to Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle's so cool.
Oh my god! And just like
I'm so happy she came by.
Yeah, me too. The trajectory that she went through to get where she's at was just amazing.
Yeah.
Like, just so many different like hats and talents, and it just shows how you can sort of like just follow the path that's in front of you.
Yeah.
And it sort of it weaves and winds, but you still find like
Find a way.
path and find a place.
Life finds a way.
You find cool shit with cool people sometimes, you know?
Con highlight, like talking to Deb. I'm sorry, like when I start an interview with "holy shit," and she also
it's gonna be
echoes
cool.
it, "holy shit."
Yeah.
That was that was awesome.
It set the tone.
It
did. And she's just like such a nice person.
Yeah.
And just genuinely a nerd too.
Yeah.
And just like lives it full force, you know?
Yeah.
100%.
Makes our job easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Jordan?
Honestly, I'm with Trev, man. Evil Ted was fucking rad. Like, that dude is so cool. You know, he probably talked for 10 minutes before we even got our intro in to tell people who he was.
Yeah.
And you know, he's done over 30 years in Hollywood.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, doing props. Like he was telling us stories about being on Titanic.
You know,
and
the Titanic.
And
the double VHS film itself.
Yeah.
The one and only.
You know, so like just telling us stories about that, and you know, he's done stuff with, you know, making alien props and like. Yeah, that was just so cool. I got to talk to him about Mega Man X.
Oh wow!
Yeah. You got excited about
Holy
that
fuck!
Yeah.
You know, like he's got a cool story about that. Sounds like he might be making the Mega Man Blaster. And he said eventually he might even start doing like the shoulder pads and the armor and everything.
Man.
So I'm keeping my eyes peeled for that.
Yeah.
Did he tell you could be in the will for it?
Oh my god, I would love that. And then honestly, for the weekend, just being able to talk to everybody, like talking to fans, talking to the developers, publishers. You know, we talked to some hardware guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
different conversations that like we don't normally have, but I've really insightful. I'm really glad we had them.
Yeah, like honestly, this was such an inspiring weekend. You know, being able to talk to people making video games, talking to, you know, marketing agencies and kind of what goes into that sort of stuff, and yeah, you know, and just the whole experience. You know, it's very inspiring. It makes me kind of reinvigorated to keep doing what we're doing.
Yes,
and
some validation that way.
yeah, you know, I think it just proves, like, you know, like Trevor said, sometimes just following that path, even if it does feel like we're maybe not beelining it the right direction, and we're
right.
You know, we're kind of finding our own way. You know, this just proves that I think we're doing the right thing. You know, so anyway, the long-winded answer to say that I fucking loved this weekend. So, but Daryl, we got to know.
It was a great weekend.
We gotta
Highlight today, I think, was Noura this morning.
Noura was
like until last night, I knew that she was D&D, and I knew she was like involved in a couple things.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand the extent.
She's hilarious.
And she's awesome.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed chatting with her and kind of getting that take, and just seeing how awesome the people that are actors that are involved in D&D and how much fun they have with their characters and just like diving full in, and the creativity from her character last night, which completely threw me for a curveball, which I was like at the very end, and I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, wait a second.
That's funny. But like highlights, I just want to like, hey, I want to be cheesy and just say I had the best time with all of you guys like the entire weekend. But and we talked about this at the house, and it's just, we're best friends, and it's awesome to be able to spend an entire weekend with each other and still love each other at the end of it.
And not hate each
other. Share one bathroom.
Yeah. But on like the bigger picture is, I was so excited to see so many indie devs this weekend.
Yeah.
Being able to chat with them, play a few of the games, and just be able to pull so many in for conversations. So that was huge.
Yeah.
I think that's such a plus. As we're waving to some of them as they're getting ready to pack up, like to me that's like the absolute highlight, and I think that's something we've been building and showcasing, and I love talking to passionate people about passionate stuff, and it's like showcased at the best level here. Couldn't be more proud of all the guys that pitched their games all weekend to everybody, and got some momentum on their own front. So it's huge.
Like Kyle has said, we love doing cool shit with cool people.
Yeah.
And this weekend is the epitome of that.
Bingo.
Sometimes just sticking with it opens a lot of doors.
Yeah.
I think we had a lot of doors opened. We had a lot of people walk to our booth this weekend.
Yeah, which was amazing.
I love every year we get the indie devs, the little community starts chattering, and everyone's like, hey, I was told that I was supposed to come over here and talk to you guys. Like that's the best part. And just, like Daryl said, talking to people about the thing that they are pouring their time and energy
years of their life into. Yeah.
So
just like us.
Just like us.
And the people that think that this is our full-time job, thank you.
Yeah. We appreciate the ego boost there.
Yeah.
Yes, very nice. Thank you.
Well, guys, I think this weekend was good enough.
It was good enough.
It was good enough.
Thanks for tuning in, folks.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Everyone that has
Thanks
been
for being
with
here.
us this weekend.
We'll catch you on the flippity flip.
Good enough.
We out.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at GEG Podcast. Check out our website, goodenoughgaming.com, and write us an email about anything from our episodes or something you would like us to discuss in the future. You can also now join us on Discord on the Good Enough Gaming Discord server. We really appreciate you listening and hope you continue to join us on this epic adventure of discussing all things gaming and nerdy. Please subscribe to the Good Enough Gaming podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever else you listen to your podcasts, and rate us 5 stars so we can find more good enoughers in the process. Just remember, we might not be great, but we are good enough.